game, we're going to tab over to the screen. I'm going to turn on some ambience for us, and we're going to talk about the story so far. So, wait, no, not that one. This one. And then this one. And then this one.
I always love your soundscapes.
Thank you.
Right?
Where did we leave? Oh wait, no, go ahead. I was about to ask
Our
where did we leave off,
heroes that you see before you have ventured into the Underdark to save the city of Hundlestone, the southernmost point of the 10 towns, from a raid of orcs. The orcs were raiding because Hundlestone is full of refugees from the Dale, fleeing south for largely unknown providence, or at the very least unconfirmed providence. But it does show that things are bad in the Dale. The ingress of so many people caused Hundlestone to swell much beyond its limits, and in its lethargy, made it a prime target for an attack. At least, that's what the scouts of the High House of Deepshade told our illustrious war chief, Lash Darkdriver. Being said, when they got down into the Underdark to stop the marauding orcs, they found that there were in fact two groups, one doing the chasing and one being the chased, the latter of which seems to be a group of unbroken orcs trying to break into the surface by any means necessary. The party rescued them from their attackers with great skill, though at the cost of some trust with Runyak, as he called upon the power of the cloak that he was carrying, the Cloak of Icing Death, the legendary draconic guardian of the Icewind Dale, or one of them at least, that was slain by his people quite some time ago, prior to the spell plague. Calling upon the power of the cloak has caused Runyak to manifest a ghostly visage of Icing Death, that slaughtered the attacking orcs and saved the fleeing orcs, but then they had to get them topside, and as the Underdark is wont to do, the tunnel disappeared. So they had to find a way out, and so they did, winding up in Thwip Ironbottom, the Artificer's cellar, wherein they paid him an exorbitant amount of money to allow these refugees out to the surface and managed to take a long rest, where our party leveled up. And then, at the end of that long rest, Runyak awoke from a nightmare shouting in Draconic, shouting the name of the Dwarven High Thane, Brunor Battlehammer, in Draconic. And that's where we left off, and that's where we pick it up. You've all managed to have your long rest, you've all leveled up, you are still in Thwip's cellar, though with far, far fewer people, as they were being ferried out a few at a time over the course of what you could assume to be the evening. But we pick it up right there with you all jolted away from Brunyak's shout. What would you like to do?
I would like to mention something.
By all means.
One of Kilio's features is that of the Dawn Caller. She slept for the first half of the night and was awake for the rest of the half. So she's not jolted awake, more like snapped to attention.
Alright, you and Irithir likewise then, but nevertheless, you weren't expecting Runyak to sit up and scream.
No, absolutely not.
Meanwhile, Fury was just
if Dawn isn't shaken awake, Killy's gonna go and attempt to, jostle him.
Oh no, everybody is awake. Runyak screamed like he just made his first kill.
Are you alright, Runyak?
Pardon, fuck was that?
I'm
not under attack, are we?
No. No, I don't think so.
Dreams are vivid.
The air around Runyak is noticeably colder. He's, panting, he's sweating. You can see, his breath when he exhales. The rest of you are warm-ish. It's just Runyak who seems to be, mildly hypothermic.
Yeah.
Runyak. I'm gonna step over and I'm gonna
Mhm.
take a brief look over to see if there's anything wrong.
Yeah, make
Like,
a medicine
clearly.
check.
As soon as my sheet loads.
It's not. Kilio looks to Irithyr, because they were probably sitting somewhat near each other.
Whoa, why did your whispers get turned off, Dawn?
What the fuck?
Huh?
I don't see
That's
it.
weird.
You don't
Oh wait,
see it?
there it
I
is.
do.
I do
yeah.
it. I do it
Wait.
now.
Everybody make sure
Ah.
your whispers are still on.
That
Okay, I'm gonna roll a random check.
weird.
Or you could just check on your sheet, homie. So, yeah, so Dawn, Runak doesn't have any obvious wounds, but looking him over, you, like, remove his helm, pull his hood back. His eyes are different than last time you saw him. He no longer has the pale blue eyes of the Reghead men, no soulful human eyes looking back at you. Instead, he has solid gold eyes with elongated pupils like that of a reptile. And likewise, his left hand has become white, bescaled, and clawed.
Shit.
Mouth, please.
Hmm.
No fangs. Interesting. Normally I'd call this some form of lycanthropy, normally I'd call this some form of thropic change, but well, there's no change in dental biology. There seems to be no change in major physiology. Other than your hand and your eyes, I should say.
What are you talking about? Oh.
Yeah, I think Firgo like holds up the shiniest piece of armor she can find for him to see in.
So your shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, Runak, you
I-
have been blessed, cursed, or otherwise betokened with an alteration in your left hand and your eyes. I will clarify. Your left hand functions normally. You can hold a shield, you can hold a pint, you can hold a spoon, but it's certainly a cosmetic change.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have the same amount of fingers?
Technically, no. He does not have a pinky digit anymore. That being said, I will say this, because I'm sure it's going to come up. Your left hand is immune to cold. Like, straight up.
Jeez.
Oh, okay.
So let's go back into the Underdark and put your hand through that barrier.
Jesus.
Right, thank you, Nightfall. Immune to cold, asterisk. Terms and conditions apply.
Terms and
See store for details.
See store for detail. Well, the issue is the person you bought it from has been dead since before the spell plague.
It is literally terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Moving on.
Jesus Christ.
Right. This.
Do you think? I hope this isn't permanent.
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
I feel like Irithyr should look him over as well.
If you want.
Now-
What are you looking over him for? That will determine what kind of check you're making. Because I have a feeling you don't want to roll medicine.
Yeah. So I guess my line of thought is changes like this can be magical in nature, and I'm trying to figure out if that's the case.
I mean, it's sure as hell not mundane in nature, so that's a pretty fair assumption. Can you? I see you're leaning towards an Arcana check, and that's fine. I'll let you
Yeah.
make an Arcana check. But before you do that, would you make a History check for me, please?
Sure, I'm good at that too.
I thought you might be. Yeah. Okay, let's talk for a second about Renlo Sigatil.
Okay.
Your people are not at peace with everyone, as I understand it.
No.
Who would you say you are actively at war with, if anyone?
They're mainly isolationists, so... Like, they're not really allied with anyone. I think the war is mainly against the dragons.
Which dragons?
Mostly white dragons.
Yeah. So chromatic dragons... Has Irithyr served in the military? I'm assuming that he has. I'm assuming it's compulsory in Renlo Sigatil.
Yeah, especially since he started as a commoner.
Right. So something that you are very aware of is when it comes to war, dragons... A dragon unto itself is formidable. They have access to old, powerful magic, their innate abilities, their ability to fly, their prodigious size. A dragon is a combatant. A powerful combatant. But against an army, it's not a contest. And dragons, well, they're easily as smart as elves, though no elf will admit that.
Yeah.
The most insidious weapon that a dragon has is the ability to corrupt the bodies and minds of mortals and turn them into draconic mutants. It's a slow process, and it usually involves indoctrination so that they stay near the dragon long enough. But yeah, the brunt of the foot soldiers in this war are corrupted, draconic underlings.
Yeah.
You've seen this before.
I'm trying to think of how Irithyr will respond to that.
Okay. On top of that, you have 3 questions if you want them.
While Vader's thinking, I'm not sure how Kilio would react to this, if much at all.
You don't have the same experience Irithyr does. Why would you?
No, I mean, like, Dawn's up trying to help, and yeah, there's a drastic change.
Well, you're mulling that over. Did we actually catch what Runyak screamed, or was it just a scream?
He screamed battle hammer, I believe. We translated it from Draconic.
Those of you who speak Draconic and were awake, so Irithyr and Kilio, if either of you speak Draconic, yeah, like, you know what he shouted.
I do, and I believe Vader. I fully believe Irithyr knows Draconic.
Yep.
Apologize, I had to get up. What did I miss?
Nothing.
Okay.
It literally just Irithyr's been musing. Like, it's interesting musing, but you didn't miss very much.
Okay.
Musing as elves tend to muse.
If you don't want your questions, it's not a big deal, Vader. I'm just saying.
Yeah, maybe not.
Okay.
There's a thought.
Okay.
Well, I do have one question.
Certainly.
This is like an early stage of such a transformation, isn't it?
You have not experienced a lot of the early stages. You have seen what it does.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you couldn't really say if this counts as early stage, if this counts as mid stage. Like, All you know is there's weird draconic monsters around the High Eyes that are very unnatural, and they serve to they serve at the dragon's behest.
You are tampering with powers you know not what they do.
Probably.
He is human. What else do they know?
Don't we need as much strength as we can get?
You're a reghead man. You should know the significance of icing death. You should know exactly how powerful he was. And such magic lingers.
On that note, can you make a charisma saving throw, Runyak?
Sure.
You can play this however you want. That's up to you. But if I may make a suggestion, Boromir. Yeah, you're familiar with the power of the ring. You're familiar with what Icing Death did. This is a gift. This is a gift for the heirs of Gondolin to take back their city. Like,
Erithir, you're right. I should know more of Icing Death than I probably do. I should know more of his significance. However, right now we need all the strength we can get.
And if that strength turns you on us, let it be known that I will strike first. And then he turns back.
Runyak, from here on, I will be the one keeping an eye on your condition, medically and mentally. Do you have objection?
I'm sure I can't stop you even if I do.
I know we need all the power we can get, but are you sure this is a power you'll want to dabble with? It seems like you're playing with an explosive rune here.
Aye, seems like that.
I mean, so what if you turn into a Dragonborn, Runyak? You've lived a full life.
Jesus Christ.
God, his inner dragon is talking to him now. Fuck.
No, I'm just saying, like...
No, that's absolutely the mindset that Runyak has.
Like, believe me, there will be different music if the inner dragon is talking to him, Nightfall. This is straight up, like... It's not like he needs to, like, go off, find a wife, have kids, make a homestead. He's done all of this stuff. He was set to retire...
And then the Goliath got on his ass.
And then the fucking happened.
And then the fucking happened. If anything, turning into a Dragonborn would allow him to protect his people. Like, what I'm saying is, the rest of you are like, oh, this metamorphosis is bad, and it probably is. But I don't...
But to Runyak, this is a boon.
I don't think Runyak would necessarily see it as something to be avoided.
Yeah.
My primary concern is if this transformation causes your body some sort of harm that would inevitably kill you.
Which reminds me, every time you level up with Sorcerer, you're going to get more draconic features.
That sounds about right.
Erithir is basically just saying, like, let the human do what he wants, but just know that if it gets to that point,
Erithir
he'll
will
be
be the
put
one
down like a rabid dog.
As things have always been with humans and elves, I will drop your bitch ass the moment you look feral.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I believe This is a sentiment you would understand.
Just spin your mic a little, Nightfall. You're quiet.
Okay, give me just a second. I'm gonna mute so I don't ruffle it. Any better?
Much.
Okay. I believe this is a sentiment we can understand. You and I, Runyak. Take whatever you can to grow your legend, but don't forget your own.
As far as I'm aware, little sister, no matter what happens to me now, I will be in the stars.
So about this point, you hear the heavy metal footsteps slowly coming down the culvert, and eventually, you see Thwip sitting on the shoulder of his iron golem. He yawns. He's holding a steaming mug of something. He takes a drink from it. Salutations.
Slept well on your pillow of gold.
Platinum, but
Platinum doesn't
honestly,
seem like a very comfortable thing to use as a pillow.
habit I picked up from a dragon. The point being is, honestly, you got a rather impactful deal given where you are and what you were trying to do. You'll be pleased to know that the refugees are well on their way. The 6 of you can... 9, if you count the dogs, can come out at your convenience, though, on the topic, the dogs may have a bit of difficulty.
Flash just kind of lets out a noise through her nose at hearing that everyone got out relatively okay, at least, and that they're on their way.
The mayor
She
wants
just
to
lets them-
speak with you, obviously.
I'm guessing
Boy.
the corridors get a little tight.
No. There's a wooden ladder at the far end.
Ah.
I can set up a... I don't know how well that's gonna work. We
Sure,
could
we'll-
set up a pulley.
I'm sure we'll figure it out when we get there. Depends how
I
tall the ladder
have-
is.
How
Moved
large
as
is
much
the
furniture
hatch?
as possible to widen the gap, but nevertheless, the wolves will have some difficulty. It's only fair that I warn you.
I appreciate it. While I can bring them back whenever, I can't dispel them. I like some familiar.
I didn't assume that you could. Frankly, I didn't assume they were all yours. At any rate, are the lot of you prepared to ascend?
Hey, I think so?
Yes, we need to move.
Aye.
Like narrows
Hey.
his eyes at Runyak. You look different. Are you ill?
I'm fine, gnome.
Very well. Will you be remaining in the city? The prosthesis is not quite finished. I was interrupted.
For a short time. Maybe longer if circumstances require it.
I will require a day. More if you want device within it. We never finished that discussion.
We're losing time.
Very well. I trust.
If we do leave, I can double back after we make camp.
Very well. I trust all of you will remain quiet on anything you may have not seen in these tunnels.
Not a word.
Hey, what tunnels?
Wonderful.
The Underdark moves and shifts.
Quite right. So, if you will follow me. And the shield guardian turns and starts to move back up the tunnel past the hellhound cages.
Kilio like whispers a word in Sylvan. Her wolves stand to attention.
Right.
And follow behind her.
So the wolves will have to move single file, but the rest of you can walk abreast. It's not that it's cramped for the wolves. It's that it's cramped for two of them. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you're follow behind Kilio.
You're led through some stonework tunnels. It has a few branching paths, but Thwip doesn't turn. He just continues straight, and eventually, yeah, you find like a wooden, like a foldable wooden staircase style ladder and a hole in the floor that has obviously been recently enlarged. It's about 20 feet above your head.
How high do you think the wolves can jump?
I was gonna say.
I don't think we've ever discussed how high their jump was.
There's rules in the PHP for it. That always seemed kind of low to me. What's their strength?
High jump, right?
Okay, so let me see. Orith's is different than the others. Orith is 18, and the other two wolves are 17.
Right, so that's +3 and +4 respectively. So I believe that is, and they're large. I believe that gives them an 8-foot vertical jump, but I might be doing the math wrong.
You jump.
An 8-foot vertical jump is nothing to sneeze at.
You're right, it's not.
An 8-foot vertical is
Holy shit.
At the highest respects, fucking terrifying.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's 8 foot from their paws to where their paws are in the air.
Correct.
So their heads will end up 20 feet above the ground.
Correct.
Because Orith is 12 feet tall.
Correct.
Jesus fuck. I know these dogs are big. I just forget how big.
They are honking massive.
So you can...
They're scaled down in the art on the screen.
Not really.
I mean, oh yeah, if Kilio's about 4, Orith is 2 Kilios.
Yeah,
taller than...
They're not, like... It's not exact, but I wouldn't say they're scaled down, no.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Like, you could make the argument that Layla is shorter, but the pose that Layla's in is crouched.
Yeah, it is crouched.
No,
I'm gonna need a moment to think.
Like Orith is to Dawn's shoulder, and Dawn is big boy, so...
I'm big enough that I think what that one guy, fuck, hang on, one of the Goliaths, the owl bear boy,
Solvi.
I can't remember his name. Solvi. I'm big enough that Solvi had to look up at me.
Solvi's a medium, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Solvi is like a couple of feet shorter than you.
I'm just trying to give Nightfall a better perspective.
Right. I saw somebody say that 8 feet was large the other day, and I was like, no, it's not.
Boy, if 8 feet is large, then that would make all of the giants very underwhelming.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the fuck out of here.
Anyway.
Circling back, though, how are we getting the wolves out of here?
That's what I'm thinking about.
They cannot jump.
They could use the ladder and jump.
Shit, you
Can
right.
they use the ladder?
Like
what kind of ladder is this?
It's like the wood collapsible ladder that one would use to get into an attic.
Okay, so there's like a angle to it?
Mm-hmm.
You think they could get up that?
It's worth a shot.
Out of character, less ladder, more very steep, shitty staircase. Or
Yeah.
at least the one in my house is a piece of shit.
Well, Well, Thwip has to use it as a ladder, but
Fair.
I think Kilio's gonna let the others go up first.
okay. The rest of you will ascend into Thwip's workshop.
How's that for
Yo.
deja vu?
Kilio's going
Now,
to...
I swear I've been to this place before.
Okay, hell. So, Kilio, how are you getting your wolves out?
No, first thing we're gonna try is up the ladder a bit and then jump.
How do you communicate that?
Just teach the wolves to climb a ladder. Easy.
Like, it's less getting them to do it and more communicating the complex idea.
Yeah, communicating the complex idea is the hard part.
They don't have a sense of time.
They don't.
So sequential orders are difficult. This is true for any animal. Do this, then this. Like, it doesn't work.
Do you have a command for, like, copy me?
Guarantee you, Kilio does not have a command for copying me as of yet.
Not as of yet, but that's my next fucking one. I have 2 trick tokens on Stoneclaw and Mayvu, but not Layla. Layla doesn't have any at the moment.
They leveled up, didn't they? Because you leveled up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't they get more tricks? You still have to teach it to them, but don't they get more tricks?
Not by what we established.
Oh, okay.
We established that if its intelligence is raised, it gets a d4 more tricks
Okay.
per point. Not by level up.
Okay. I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, but you did just long rest.
I did. I think I'm gonna use my free charge of Speak with Animals.
Okay. So you can speak with animals. And again, nothing happens because they don't know.
Yeah, I have to speak first. I think Layla is the first in line here.
Probably. Well, no, it's probably Orith, because new area.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. Orith? She like gestures up at the
The caves were moving.
Hi. I didn't like them either.
What's this?
It's the way out. It's a bit of a squeeze. Up.
Smells up there.
Does.
Smells
But
like the short one.
I hate it just as much as you do.
Like he moves under the opening and looks up. Too high.
I'll have to use this as a perch.
Perch? Like looks back at you.
She's like stepping up on the ladder.
You have to climb. You and Thwip have to climb, but yeah.
Yeah, climb it, but yeah.
It'll break.
What is it made of? Just wood?
Yeah, wood. Wood, like reinforced with like iron joints.
As far as I know, don't have another way unless we go back into the moving tunnels and then out a different way.
You say back, and all 3 of them bristle. Not back.
I agree. If this doesn't work. I can use rope. The long fabric.
You first.
Aye. She like climbs up it.
Yeah, you're like.
And then as an example, I think she uses her dagger, and when she gets to a certain point,
you're gonna yeet a dagger randomly because you can't see into
no,
an
to
alchemy
like
lab.
the edge of the trapdoor.
Ah.
And then climb up.
Okay. So Kilio, you get up here, and you notice there's a problem immediately.
Yeah, what's the problem?
There are 7 people up here. One of them is Dawn. This place is meant to accommodate like 3.
Okay, we need to move out. If I need, sorry. I need space.
Trigger backs up.
Lash will leave the
More
shop.
space.
Lash will leave the shop, stand outside.
Okay. Slash pulls
sooner
open the
I
big
can-
vault door, steps out into the cold.
The sooner I can exit this, whatever this place is, the better.
Okay.
I
Here-
couldn't
here's their
agree
leads.
more.
These wolves are big. Like
Yeah.
all of you need to get out
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they're
Trigger
big and
heads out.
clumsy compared to Dawn. Like, you guys
I'm
all.
gonna take a look around. Are there any like loose glass things anywhere?
Thwip has done a pretty good job of securing most of them. There are a couple of things that are out, but they seem to be like in a state that he can't move. He's also standing by them, so
Gotcha.
like
I don't want to
like,
give him another dime.
Right, you look around and Thwip gives you a nod, like I appreciate you taking the time to check, but doesn't say anything.
And I think next, like, she still says it in Sylvan out of
Right.
habit, but then she says "come."
Okay. Make an athletic check for Orith.
Okay.
The rest of you will feel this through the ground, just FYI.
Athletics.
Okay. So, there's this tremendous crash as he throws himself against the ladder, scrabbles, and then leaps the rest of the way up. Like, clears the hole, lands on all 4 paws, rights himself, and smacks into Thwip with his hip. Like,
There goes
shakes,
Thwip.
like shapes himself,
Careful.
looks around. Oh,
Door's over there.
where's out?
Right there.
Like, yeah.
I'm
So-
I'm sorry. I guess you could say he got hit with a hip thwip.
he did.
But
So yeah, so those of you outside, you see the big black furred Orith, like, walk out into the cold, into the snow.
that's one.
I think he immediately relaxes as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, he's still on the cramped street full of people, so probably a little bit less, but it's better than being in the building.
Yeah. I think Killia's gonna look down and see
Make
the
an
state of the
athletic
ladder.
check for Mevu.
I was going to look at the ladder, but okay. Their athletics is not as good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so, like, you go to look back down and, like, call the next one, and Mevu, like, leaps past you and almost knocks you down.
Fuck.
Like, lands, like, looks around, shakes herself, like, looks at Thwip, and Mevu does this thing where she, like, looks around slowly to make sure everything is okay, and then yeah, walks out.
Okay. Is the ladder in okay state?
It seems to be fine. Layla's is sitting at the bottom looking up at you.
Did you reinforce it, the web?
Enchanted.
She nods. And she gives the same command again for come.
Yeah, I don't think Layla does immediately. I think she, like, looks up, looks back, like, down the tunnel, looks up, and then after a moment she says, That's the settlement.
I think she gives a nod. It is.
Cramped. Might be better to go around, little sister. I'm not frightened.
I think she gives a glance towards the door where Orith and Mavu are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid either. But it's a rather high risk. And
They will shout at us.
they can shout as much as they want.
What's behind us?
Further in the ground.
Dips her muzzle.
I think an unnatural place.
The red things.
The red thing. Oh. There.
Kelio forgets that dogs are able to recognize dogs.
I don't know a great deal about them. Does Kelio know what those things are called? Thwip mentioned the
Make a
name.
religion check. Because they're
But I don't
fiends.
know if Kelio ties that name to that.
Yeah, make a religion check. Yeah. You can assume, like, these dog-like fiendish things are what Thwip called hellhounds, but you couldn't talk at length about them.
I believe they're called by the gnome, the other small one, called them hellhounds. I don't know a great deal about them. I think Kelio's gonna, like, go down the ladder again.
Mm-hmm.
To Layla.
Yeah, Layla backs up to let you down.
I doubt my gifts from the Wolf of the Stars will help me here, but going nearby wouldn't hurt.
The hellhounds were quite a ways back. If you go down the tunnel and you don't get lost, there were several twists and turns. It was still like 10 minutes of walking.
Why do you ask?
They're different. They're not us. They're not birds. They're not bears. Never seen them before.
I don't think they're any of those. They're...
Why are they here?
I think Kelio, like, looks back up towards the hatch.
Yeah, Thwip is like looking down, watching you.
From my understanding, they I don't know how to put this. Just like a rabbit or a caribou have value to us, they have value to the gnome.
Good.
Not in the same way, but apparently just as valuable.
Layla, like, looks down, like, brings her nose down to the ground, and, like, you see her, like, pointedly, like, scratch at one of the stone bricks with her paw. And she says, This. It is not natural. Does it have a name?
Would Kilio know this?
You know what a brick is? Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. It's brick.
I do not like the brick caves.
They're less awful than the moving caves, at the very least.
Layla, like, shakes herself. No,
No?
they are worse.
Then let's get out of here as quickly as we can.
She nods.
And Kilio climb back up.
Yep. Climb back up. Flip gets out of the way. Make an athletic check for Layla.
Good luck.
Wow.
Whew.
So Layla, when Layla jumps up, it's not hit, scrabble, and jump. It's hit, already composed, and then jump again. Like how a leopard leaps out of a tree.
Yeah, I get it.
And she walks out.
I'm gonna drop the spell on my way out, because I have something else I want to do.
Okay.
Lash.
Sorry, my computer is being difficult.
No, we
Yes.
can hear you.
We can hear you.
I am being summoned. I will return briefly.
Yep.
Sorry, I thought I heard someone say lash, and I
You
panicked
did.
for a second. Okay.
You did.
And then you said we can't hear anything, and we said we can hear you.
All right. My hearing came back now. I was just panicking for a second, thought something had gone wrong.
Oh, you're fine.
Nope.
Yeah. Kilio
Yep, we're
was
good.
calling Lash's name.
Lash will like look over. Poke her
Do you
head
remember
back
that? Do you remember that thing pinned to the wall?
in. Sibs does not. Lash probably does. What thing pinned to the wall? Because Lash hasn't been in Flip's shop, or if this is someone else.
There
Pinned to the
was a brain with legs pinned to the wall of the cave.
The intellect devour. That's what those are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Flip closes the door to his shop, by the way.
Yeah, I figured.
Yep. Yeah, they're called intellect devourers. What about them?
Remember, your friend said they were gonna try to slip in during the chaos.
Shit!
And with... Where's... Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna expend a spell slot to use Primeval Awareness,
Okay.
searching for aberrations.
Looking for aberrations. Okay. Now, let's talk about what this spell does. Is it automatic?
I linked it.
Give me 1 second then.
I believe it uses a spell slot.
I use a spell slot, but it's not technically a spell.
Right. One second. I'm just looking in Icewind Dale to make sure that I can get what I need. Huh. Alright, is it in the compendium by any chance? I just want to make sure these things are aberrations. That's the only thing I'm doing. Because I don't know off my head.
What, the intellective hours?
Yeah.
They are.
Okay. What about mind flayers? Are they for sure intellective hours? Are they for sure aberrations?
They are aberrations.
Okay, let me read this. Primeval Awareness. Beginning at 3rd level, you can use your action to expend 1 ranger spell slot to focus your awareness on the region around you. For 1 minute per level of the spell slot you expend, you can sense whether the following types of creatures are present within 1 mile of you or within 6 miles in your favorite terrain. This is the old version, Michael.
No, this is the new version.
Okay. When outside your favorite terrain, you don't know their location or numbers. When in your favorite terrain, you know their direction as well as any aspects affecting the instances. You also get advantage on knowledge rolls for your quarry if it's a favorite enemy. Okay. So within 6 miles of Huntlestone, there are aberrations.
Okay.
Because it doesn't say anything about the plane.
Okay. Then I need to know their direction.
Right. There are 3
okay.
below you, kind of down and to the southwest. Within, I would say, 3 miles. And then there is one, to the more or less true north of you, 5 miles away.
5 miles away. They're not within the city yet.
Nothing seems to be within the city yet. They're all miles away.
And she drops it.
Okay.
I think we ended the chaos very quickly. They didn't get their chance.
Nods a bit. Still, that's something to be a bit concerned about. The mayor wanted to talk to us, so...
Unfortunately, we didn't bring any trophies back. So I doubt we're getting the gold for it. That's not a priority, though.
Nope. As long as they don't get to the city, we should be fine.
So... my wolves are very cramped.
Yes.
I think I think most of us need to go ahead and start getting camping stuff ready, while one of us go to inform the mayor.
You have a camp set up outside the walls already.
Yes, but we need to get it picked up. Unless we need supplies, I'm ready to go. Oh wait, there was some stuff that other people needed to do. But that was my thoughts on it.
Okay. Virga, Lash, Dawn, Brunyak, and Irithir. What are you doing?
Well, Firga wants to talk to Lash about something.
Okay, you want to do that now?
Sure.
I mean, it shouldn't be too hard. Lash has to lag behind a little bit because she's at half speed due to exhaustion.
She didn't long rest in the tunnel?
Exhaustion doesn't go all away all at once, I'm pretty sure.
Correct.
It only took off one point of it.
Yep.
So Lash is still at half speed till I think next time she rests.
Okay.
Next two rests.
Thank
Then
you,
yeah.
Nicole.
Then yeah, Firga will fall back a bit.
Okay.
So I don't know if we'll be going down into the tunnels again at all during whatever you want to call this expedition, but if we do, how do you ask if someone's broken or not in Orcish?
I'm pretty sure Lash just says the word unbroken in Orcish.
but remember you said that to the refugees and they said, what's broken?
Fair. So that's a good question, honestly.
Yes, it is.
Lash has been doing this for a long time, like all her life for the most part. From the day she was sworn in, she was taught how to go down and how to handle herself and how to get people out.
Right.
So Lash probably does know, like, what the captains of Dark Driver did before she became one, and Lash has probably done it herself.
Yeah, that was a lot of going down and, like, with a blackjack and a sack.
Yeah. It was go down, get as much as you can, get the fuck out.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot of talking involved.
They kind of just knew that we were down there for them, and they were like, you good? We good. Let's get the fuck out before we get ourselves killed.
Yeah, basically.
Sorry about that. Did I miss anything?
You're back, you're on the street, you're deciding what to do if you're and Lash are having a conversation.
Okay.
Yep.
So, I think Lash just admits, usually they just kind of know. They know we're down there for them, and it's get in, get out, knock heads if necessary.
Hey, but when we dwarves run into the orcs down there, usually it would just jump straight to a brawl. Or we avoid each other.
Nods.
If I can avoid innocent people getting bludgeoned up, I'd like to.
Like, the odds of anybody encountering the dwarves that are unbroken is very low.
You mean the orcs?
No. Anybody unbroken encountering the dwarves, the odds of that is very low.
The odds are low that if the dwarves are running into them, they're most likely the broken. Those who have lived down there and know nothing else other than the fury.
I suppose. But then again, what are the odds of running into so many all at once?
Does Lash know the answer to that?
Not really. It's not like a daily occurrence.
Shrugs. It's not really a daily occurrence. Happens every now and again we find people, but not too often.
Excuse me. I saw you, by the way, down there. Brunyak would really put the kibosh and all that, but I don't think we could have gotten there in time if you hadn't waded into the thick of it.
I don't think that many people would have survived if I hadn't gone into the thick of it.
Speaking of which, did anybody take anything from the battlefield?
Lash probably did not, because Lash was fucked up by the end of all that.
Fair.
I didn't scour the battlefield because I was told my arrows were just destroyed.
Furgo was too busy trying to get everyone out.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, so I think the answer is no.
I didn't know it was an option.
Of course, it's an option.
It's always an option to loot any corpses.
That's why I'm asking now. Like, did you take anything to the battlefield? I remind you, you were carrying Lash most of that time.
Yes, this is true.
What kind of stuff would they have? Like, just surface level looking. What kind of stuff would they have had?
Armor, weapons, like traveling supplies, raiding supplies.
It would have taken some searching, but
Hi.
we kind of left before the scavengers could get there, so we wouldn't have had time to search their bodies.
That's why I'm asking. I'm asking if anybody specifically got anything.
I don't
Nope.
think so.
I don't think
from the
so.
sound of it.
Okay.
Well, point being,
What did we do with those casks of fire sand, by the way?
They are wherever you left them.
We never picked them up.
So Thwip still has them, but we paid for them.
You picked up a couple. But yes, you paid for them.
so we'll double back for them at some point.
I
mean,
want to
they're-
refill some of my vials for fire sand. So, and I would recommend anyone who wants it gets a couple vials of fire sand. Because
I mean,
it's-
No.
you have several casks of fire sand. You're good.
I mean, I don't think we're going to be carrying several casks with us all the time.
It's up to you, really.
Does your friend know what he wants to call his house yet?
Shakes head. Didn't have a chance to ask him yet. I'll probably see when I go down to Star Meadow so we can go back up to the crags.
All right. I'll let you up. I'll let you rest up, War Chief.
Nods, thugs her chest, keeps walking.
So is everybody going to the mayor, or are you taking Kilio's suggestion and one of you go, and the rest of you break camp?
I
I
think an Airfare will
actually
go.
wanted to see if we could get something.
No.
What was,
I got a
what was
proficiency when
Vader?
I leveled
What
up.
was, what
Oh, go
was
ahead.
Vader saying?
Yeah, what was Vader saying? I'm sorry.
I was
Vader,
just saying
didn't-
Airther could go, but if you've got another suggestion, go ahead.
It's rather just some slight shopping. I got a proficiency when I leveled up for alchemical supplies. I don't know if we have that, but
You absolutely have herbalism supplies, but an alchemy lab is bulky. The best place to get that stuff would be from Thwip. That is quite an expensive, in terms of encumbrance, piece of equipment. Or series of equipment, I should say. Hello?
yes,
Hear
I'm
you.
thinking about it.
Mm.
Yeah. It's a bunch of different pieces, not one big bulky thing,
It's a bunch
correct?
of big bulky pieces. Like, Nightfall, put it bluntly, you need a chemistry set to do alchemy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you've got like an alembic and
Several burners, several vials.
The only reason the doctor has an alchemy system is because we have the haversack.
Yeah. And even then, it's not convenient most of the time to set it up and take it down.
Yeah. Because we're in the middle
Yeah.
of fuck all nowhere there.
It's
Yeah.
incredibly useful. My alchemy system can replicate spell effects. Like, alchemy is great, but it's bulky.
You said we could put it in like a bag of holding or something.
Aye?
Funnily enough, I have a infusion for that. If you want to keep it in my bag.
I currently do have a haversack.
BRB.
Well,
but
there you go.
It has a lot of my equipment in it. And I believe by my notes, it's getting up there on
Yep.
capacity
Probably.
because I'm small, So my carrying capacity is halved. So
A
I have
bag
to
of
rely on it.
holding can hold more,
Yeah,
I believe,
that's
but
irrelevant
it's
to
just
the
not
bag.
always at the top.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, actually, the bag of holding thing would have been great. When do you have to dedicate that?
She does that when she finish. Let me double check that actually. Hang on.
If you don't, if you
apply
don't
your
have an
infusions
active,
after a rest.
but yes, but if you don't have any active infusions, you can just set them whenever.
Yeah, she's gonna infuse the bag of holding.
Infuse the bag of holding with what?
No, I mean
The infusion
Take-
replicates a
take-
magic item.
yes. Take a regular bag, probably her backpack, infuse it with bag of holding.
Okay. How much stuff is in your backpack currently?
Let me check.
Oh, God.
Like, the rope ties to the side of it, your bedroll goes on top.
Most of her quarrels are in there. Her mess kit and stuff is in there.
Okay, I don't need a play-by-play, I just need the weight.
Oh, including the rope and the bedroll, it's 137 pounds right now. What the
Don't
fuck?
include the bedroll and the rope.
I know, I was about to math those out. Hang on.
Okay.
If you press the check mark and go to your settings on the right, about halfway down the box, there's ignore non-equipped items weight.
Yeah, don't do that. But yeah, just tell me how much that is. 123, I think?
Where the fuck did I put my rope?
What I come back to?
Math.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Duh. Yeah, 120.
Okay. So your backpack was 120 pounds, it is now 5 pounds.
Cool.
I believe by your rules, the backpack size capacity is a lot bigger for bag of holdings.
Well, it depends on the size of the bag, but she's making a backpack of holding, so yes.
Okay.
Backpack of holding is one step down from sack of holding, which is the biggest. Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that, halfling. It is the weight of a backpack plus 5 pounds.
Which is
Gotcha.
we also have a sack of holding.
Do we?
Yeah.
No, it's stasis.
Or yeah, a sack of stasis.
Not the same thing. The sack of stasis is just anything that goes in it when it's pulled out is in the same state.
I am aware. I simply made a mistake of memory.
No worries.
It's like a refrigerator, but it's not cold.
And even then, a refrigerator doesn't halt that process. The thing can still decay.
Right.
Anyway, so it's the weight of your bedroll, your rope, and the backpack plus 5 pounds. That's what your new encumbrance is.
Cool.
So did you want that alchemy set, Helio?
I kind of do.
Do you want to buy it from Thwip? That's gonna be your best place to get it.
Yeah. I think before we get too far, I think Gilio's going to sigh. I forgot I have something else to get. Does anybody have anything that can carry a lot of
Everybody looks at Dawn.
rather heavy equipment at a time?
Everybody looks at Dawn.
Right?
Don, I don't think you want to carry this all the way to the Dale.
You're in the Dale.
I mean, all the way up the Dale.
Again, we are in the Dale.
Yes, up the entirety of the Dale.
Gestures at the sword. Gestures at the sack.
Are you... Because Killer doesn't know Fira has the backpack of holding.
True.
Are you really going to be okay with carrying an alchemy lab?
May I use it?
Absolutely, but there must be a better way to carry it.
Plus, I think that's a bit fragile, don't you think?
And I think they're delicate parts. I'm gonna be learning as I go, but I think she holds up the flask that she has that the other orc gave her. If I can replicate stuff like this, it's worth my time.
You can put it in my bag?
I think Killer kind of laughs.
Oh, trust me, it's bigger on the inside.
Oh, it's like the bag the stone dwarf gave me.
Hey, I just learned how to do that. She, takes her backpack off, sticks her arm all the way down through it, sticks her head in with it.
Yeah.
Just demonstrating the spatial nonsense.
That is disorienting.
Climbs out again.
I have seen many strange things in my time, but that one takes the fruitcake.
What is a fruitcake?
It is a cake made of fruit.
It is exactly what it sounds like, Dawn.
That sounds like a...
Your mom's a fruitcake.
I mean, here's the
That
thing.
sounds like a rather wonderful treat.
It is a wonderful treat. It's also made with booze, so...
Yay! Spicy water!
Something to always remember is that detours like the sweet flavor of things,
It's true.
because they don't get much sweet up there in the sea of ice.
In the sea of frigid fuck.
So,
I'll be right back.
who
Would
is
you
going...
mind?
All in favor of getting a fruitcake when this whole thing blows over. Say aye.
Hi.
Who
Would you
is
mind-
going where?
I guess I'm turning around and asking Firga if she'll come with me.
Okay.
Alright.
So you two are going back to Thwip. Brunyak, where are you going?
Well, I'd say I'd go do my thing, but I'm pretty sure that Dawn and Irithyr would kick my ass if I did.
Gonna go do your thing?
Well, not my thing, a thing.
Okay.
I mean,
Which thing?
Dawn won't kick your ass. He'll just follow you.
Oh, well, way back when we got to Hundlestone, he was trying to get farrier's tools.
Yeah, that's true.
After a bit of a goose chase, we figured out get the blacksmith to make them and then take them to the tool shop for them to make them into tools.
Yeah, so if you want to go do that, you can. Dawn will go with you. Irithyr, where are you going?
Again, Irithyr probably going to report to the mayor.
Cool. So let's do that.
That sounds fun.
So yeah, so the party separate, goes about their business. We'll ask where Lash is when she gets back. Irithyr, you make your way to the mayor's office, and about a block out, a couple of guards walk up to you, and they don't have their hands on their weapons or anything. They just nod at you, and then defer to you, fall into step behind you, and start escorting you toward the mayor's office. And you notice that several of the Reghead men that were down in the catacombs are flanking the street as you pass.
Okay.
You're led to the mayor's office. It is vacant currently. There's no line. You're led up the stairs. The guards wait at the bottom of the stairs. You head up. The mayor's door is open. You walk inside. He's sitting behind the desk. And as you walk up, can you make a perception check for me, please?
Sure thing. I just gotta reopen my character sheet.
Yep.
There it is. Perception, you said?
Yes. Yeah, you hear the mayor, like, practicing to himself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and you walk in, and he sees that you're alone, and he, like, blusters. He says, I was expecting all of you.
The others have things to take care of. We're leaving soon. Your orc problem has been dealt with.
The orc problem was parading through the streets of my town.
Fucking repeat yourself. Just tell them like
Yeah.
it is.
And did they stay? As I said, your orc problem has been dealt with.
I suppose the proof is nigh irrefutable. You have them stride past my window. You want your pay, then?
Preferably.
I have my men inspecting the route to the gate to make absolutely certain no damage has been incurred. Nevertheless, the reports currently are favorable for you. Like, reaches into a drawer on his desk and he pulls out a little, like, metal box and he opens it up and it's full of silver coins. He slides it across to you.
I'll take it. Sure.
Yeah. You count it, or you just take the box?
I'll count it.
Okay. There is, there's quite a bit of silver in here. There's 1,000 silver pieces.
Alright. That actually puts me over my encumbrance limit, but that's fine. I'll get this converted or something.
Hundlestone thanks you, but Hundlestone will also appreciate your prompt departure.
We have no intention of staying here. The rest of the Dale needs us.
Wait, I thought we were gonna stay another day.
Despite everything, you have done what you set out to do, even if it's less than ideal. To that end, I hope you can be of service to the rest of the day.
At that, I think Aether just grunts and takes his leave.
Yeah. So you head out. In the meantime, Runyak, do you need to do a scene, or can you just go and get like metal from the blacksmiths and take it to the tool shop and get farrier's tools?
I mean, unless you want to make a scene out of it, I think I could just do that.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and mark off 20 gold.
Okay.
So then, Kelio and Firga. Kelio, where are your wolves? Before you turn around and go back to Thwip, where are your wolves?
I'm probably going to pick a spot that's a little more open. Like, as open as it can be with how crowded things are.
There is not such a place. I guess the bottom of the quarry.
I mean... I don't get much of a choice here.
You do!
I'm aware that I do, but... I think he, like, picks a spot close to the door. What? Are there, like, people sitting along the streets here?
Yes. Like, so much so that it's a fight to move. This has been true since you've been in Hundlestone.
What is this personal space people talk about sometimes?
Pretty much.
I mean, it's crowded enough as it is. I guess they'll sit outside the door.
So you're gonna take them from where you were back to the door. Back to Thwip's place. That's what I'm asking you. Are you keeping them with you while moving through Hundlestone, or are you sending them somewhere?
Back to camp, for instance.
Back to camp, for instance.
The gate is shut.
Do you really think they give a shit?
I mean this with the higher suspect, Nightfall. How big of a wall did they just jump like a scene ago?
How tall was the wall around the city?
10 feet.
I'm sorry, are some of the roofs shorter?
Yes.
Then yeah, I think I'm
I
gonna
hope
tell
there's a
them to go
place
back
for them to
camp.
land on the other side.
Well,
They can make a place to land.
they can make a place to land. Oh, fuck.
So the question on the table is, what are you doing with your wolves?
I'm going to keep them with me until I get to Thwip Shop, and then once we get the thing where I'm going to lead them out.
Okay. So you guys fight your way to Thwip's shop. The big vaulted door is closed.
Knock.
Clang, 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 clang. A little side panel opens, and a horn pops out, and you hear... Apologies, solicitor. We are currently closed, as I am working on a special order.
I came to pick up something I had previously purchased.
What part of "we're closed" was unclear?
It's fine, Kilio. We can just come get it when we get a Dawn's Horn.
Pause. Oh, it's you.
Hello, Thwip.
Just a moment.
The man is trying to get a date. Y'all shouldn't doubt how important this horn is.
So you hear a bunch of latches unsealing, and then the big vault door slides to the side. Thwip is not there, but peering into the musty workspace, you can see him working at the back. He's turned around to face you, but he's not approached the door. You two step inside.
Theo step in.
And he looks past you and looks visibly disappointed. Yes?
I'm going to fill a couple of my personal files with the fire stand before we come get them again tomorrow. I do have another thing I have to ask of you.
Very well.
I need
Excuse me.
Bless you.
a set of supplies to replicate substances.
Substances. You require
Curatives.
physical enhancing substances?
No,
Nah,
the means
nah.
to make them.
I think she's talking about an alchemy lab.
Yeah,
Then
that.
why did she not simply say so?
I didn't know what the damn thing was called.
Words are hard, bro.
You're in luck. I am one of the only purveyors of alchemy supplies in the 10 towns. However, you're out of luck in that I am currently using my alchemy supplies. I can have them specially ordered. I have supply lines, but it will take time to fabricate and ship.
That is unfortunate.
Where will you be in, say, a 10 day?
Probably across the entire Reghed Glacier.
No, I don't think so. We're not.
We move fast.
After Bryn Shander, I thought the plan was to come back here for Dawn's new shield.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't we have to double back for the shield? I don't know if that would be 10 days from now, but...
That's not gonna take a 10-day.
How long does that take anyway?
You are underestimating the size of the 10 towns.
I am?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
Nightfall, it's called the 10 Towns.
The Dale is pretty big. Like, yes, the Reghed Glacier is bigger. Valid. Yes, you move quickly. The Icewind Dale is a country, dog.
Noted.
But,
not sure.
how long did
Right.
What's-His-Face say the shield would take to make?
I thought he said at least a fortnight.
He did.
Yeah.
Which is 2 weeks.
Yep.
I'm not
There's
entirely
almost
sure.
no way you're getting to Bryn Shander in a 10-day. Go on.
Bryn Shander only has 10 days.
But
It's going to be a bit. We're heading to the 10 towns. That'll take us a while. We're going to be coming back here for...
Then I shall
Commission
have them
shield.
prepared when you arrive.
Sounds fair.
What level of fabrication are you hoping to accomplish? Industrial? Personal?
personal, I would assume. You're not planning to sell these, right?
No, of course not. Planning to use them.
Standard equipment? Anything in particular?
Dawn wishes to use it as well. For his healing.
Irrelevant to what I'm asking you.
I'm not sure what you're asking me.
Do you need anything specific? For example, if you're going to be working exclusively with Chilton flora, you'll need a way to keep them warm, as they will wilt and lose their potency in the weather outside. If you're dealing primarily
Does
with
Killian know what a
poison-
cholt is? This is a serious question.
I'm not sure, honestly. If you're dealing more pointedly with poisons, you will require additional protection. Gloves, a breathing apparatus, and so on.
I will likely be dabbling in poisons.
Right? Good. Shall I make some assumptions for you? I'm not looking to make your life more difficult, Wolfwalker. Simply, it will raise the price, as I require additional equipment.
I understand. So, what assumptions are you referring to?
A great deal. Normally, people come in with a list of specific devices they require. Very rare, excuse me. Very rarely does someone come in with simply
Goodness,
the phrase.
Fox. Get some water, man.
It's because my throat got paralyzed from some bile.
Ah, so you're
That's
trying
not
to.
pleasant.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get that to clear up, but also that voice is in that spot, so it kind of fucked up.
I see.
It'll pass in a few seconds, but yeah, that's where I am.
As always, drop the voice if you need to, Fox.
It doesn't hurt, I just can't speak normally right now. My throat is like caught. It'll relax in a second.
Take your time.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely does someone come in and simply say, I want to begin the alchemic process. There's a catalog and lengthy debate about what
What's
they may
a
need.
catalog?
It's a list of stuff you can buy, and then it'll get shipped to you.
Quite.
Second question, what's a chol?
A continent across the sea.
Hmm.
A continent is a very, very large island.
I see.
It's actually a peninsula now, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's a peninsula.
Yes, but technically speaking, it is a large island. Technically,
It is.
Technically speaking,
Technically speaking, it is an almost island.
Technically speaking, the Americas is an island. Just saying.
Technically.
Yeah, because they cut it off at
about,
Panama.
If I remember reading stuff about Choke correctly, like it used to be in an island before it reconnected after the spell plague.
Yes, it reconnected, but the thing that it connected to is a large continent, which is also technically an island.
Fair.
I see.
If you want me to make the assumptions for you, I can quote you a flat fee, and I can get you a general-purpose alchemy lab, but if you don't know what you'll need it for, getting specifics will be a bit more difficult.
If Dawn intends to use it for his healing potions, we might need separate files from your poison.
Almost certainly, as well as cleaning supplies, which I can provide. I am aware that you are not particularly fond of my business practices at the moment, Wolfwalker. However, for what you're describing, I'm going to need about 250 gold pieces. Local, preferably.
All I have are, I think, these are dwarven coin, aren't they? Looks
Hey.
weird though.
Hey, those are ours.
All I have are dwarven.
And platinum, I assume.
I have like 3 gold.
Do you have 30 platinum?
I do.
You give me that, and I'll take care of whatever you need.
She nods and gives him 30 platinum.
Okay. It'll take time. I need to get some supplies from Gauntlgram.
Hey,
Oh,
you might have some trouble getting from there.
Why?
a bit of a problem, particularly involving fire giants.
I see. In that case, I'll have to look further south. The likes of Neverwinter. In which case, you'll be waiting even longer. Say... a month?
Oof.
Plenty of time for you to save the day in the Icewind Dale.
Aye, but the question is where we're going after that.
If you find a place that you're going to be staying for a while, simply send word to me and I'll have the devices shipped to you.
We can do that. Aether has sending.
Okay, cool.
Hold it on.
It will take time and it could be dangerous in transit, but I'll see it done to the best of my ability.
Alright. Regardless of my view of your I should
Business
call it
practices.
business practices, you have ended up keeping your word.
You don't get very far in this industry breaking it, Wolfwalker. I might be a cad, but... Well, no. I wouldn't even say I'm a cad. I'm a businessman, at the end of the day.
With some sketchy morals, I can agree.
Lawful evil motherfucker.
Level neutral, but yeah.
Fair.
Chat just said that sounds like Dusa from Hades, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, honestly. The thing is, Dusa's voice is modulated. I couldn't do it if I tried. Like,
Not without a modulator.
I mean, fair. Will
is
that
that the
be
plan,
all?
then?
I can have the horn shipped at the same time if you're going to be gone a while.
Don will need the horn. I can run back for it. If it'll be in a day.
It'll be done by nightfall tonight. Well, what would be nightfall tonight. The issue being is it's rather simple. If I had more time and a direction to follow, I could make it substantially more utilitarian.
I think Dawn went off with Runiak, but we can send him back here if you have questions about the project.
I'd almost rather it be a surprise.
So how much time do you say you'll need?
It depends on what the two of you tell me to do with it. I considered articulation, but given its position on the cranium, it seems a bit superfluous. I considered a flame jet, but likewise the risk of to the wearer is minimal, but refilling it proved haphazard.
Difficult. I'm not much of... Whatever you describe this line of work. But Dawn's a healer, more than he is a fighter.
Oh, he's quite capable of both.
He is.
I could infuse it with the ability to store spells.
That is an idea.
Honestly, that would save us a lot of trouble.
And would require a substantial time investment. But it should be ready within the time that I get the shipment of your alchemical supplies.
I think Kileo gives a nod.
It would
Every bit of
require...
help, right?
Are you familiar with the word attunement?
Hey?
It'll require attunement.
That's what I do with my dagger, I think.
But it can be done.
My other thought was wondering if it's possible to embed one of these earrings in it.
I could do that as well.
But a month without that earring is one less we have.
True.
I could order another one.
Will it work with these others?
It could. I will need 40 more platinum.
Okay. I can do that.
Jeez, how much platinum do you have?
A lot.
It'll be done.
I'm making sure I'm marking it off.
Yep.
Kileo Wolfwalker, fucking star of the mode right here.
You're right.
Hey.
The thing is her value of money is not the same as the other group, as the rest of the groups.
Absolutely.
So her spending it like this is, oh, I need this, I need this, I need this, and without regard for this much money could buy several houses and a lot of land.
Yeah, but also like you can't own land.
You can't. No.
Like the idea of owning land is ridiculous.
Exactly.
It's like owning people.
Why
like
would
it's
you
not
want
a
to
thing.
own it? Why would you want to own it? Nature does so much fucking work on that land. It's
Right.
ridiculous.
Exactly.
Why would you want to try and control that?
Like, who would you even buy it from? Like,
Exactly. And buying food? Why would I buy food? I can just go get it.
right? Yeah. Money,
Now,
Confused
however,
soft folk noises somewhere
money
nearby.
is for shit you can't get from the wild.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a magic earring.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. You can get some weird stuff out of trees.
You
And
cannot
that's
get
what-
magic crystals out of trees.
I don't know, man. My buddy Cletus
What
done
about-
found this one tree.
What if it's a magic
I-
crystal tree?
If it's
I
a
have-
magic crystal tree,
If
I
it-
have different questions.
If it's
We
a
are
magic,
not on the elemental plane of Earth yet.
if it is a magic crystal, yet,
Yes.
are you giving the gnome 40 more platinum?
I marked it off on my sheet. Yes, I did.
Okay, takes it and nods. Spell storing, and another earring of sending. These can be done. That will make it a bit more fragile. I wouldn't recommend direct contact. I'm certain Mr. Don has use for those horns of his. But with such a delicate crystal within, parrying a sword or such like would be inadvisable.
We might need to scrap the earring then.
I could make it out of mithril, then it wouldn't be an issue.
How much is that going to cost?
The issue being is that I don't have access to Gontlegrim's stores, apparently. Finding mithril will be difficult unto itself. I frankly could not tell you. I might be able to find it here in town for all that I know. So anywhere between 3 and 100 platinum. But that's a rather large gap.
What kind of shield did Irithyr request, Virga?
Out of character, I can't remember, but by
I
this
don't
context,
think-
I'm assuming it's mithril.
I don't think anybody but Runyak knows that.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody but Runyak really knows about the challenge.
Yeah.
That
Uh-huh.
Okay. Couldn't hurt to ask around.
I mean, Firga, your gear is mithril.
Yeah,
I'm just throwing that out.
but at the same time, she probably got that from the dwarves.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And why would you scrap
Could I-
something that's already
could
made that goes
I-
against permanence?
Could I make some sort of check to see if she knows where?
Yes, you got it from one of the Smith clans at the Moot.
Nah, I mean, if to happen to know like where the stuff is mined. I'm assuming it's under Gauntlgrim.
Onto
but...
Gauntlgrim, yeah.
All right.
mining Smith families likely have their own stores,
Yep.
and if you can find a way to send a message, you might be able to get Thwip an exclusive.
Yeah, the
exclusive
issue
deal.
is Gauntlgrim is currently occupado.
Yeah, even if you can
That's-
get a message there, the supplies are all probably going to the war effort.
I was gonna say that's fair. Now that I'm thinking about it, if Gauntlgrim's been taken for a few years now, which means any families
Years,
have
nothing.
moved
It's
their
been
supplies.
it's been taken for like a matter of days.
Oh,
He meant by the dwarves
Oh,
retaking it.
Oh, yeah.
No. Gauntlgrim is currently occupied from the dwarves.
Yeah, I meant it, like, if the dwarves have had it back for years now.
Is there metal supplies in Gauntlgrim? Absolutely. You can't get to Gauntlgrim right now.
Can't get to Gauntlgrim right now, and probably it's all being put towards the war effort, like how there was rationing in World War II.
I had an absolutely terrible idea.
Go on.
You could tell them about the Firstborn facility.
You could.
No.
Honestly, that might get us some...
That storehouse probably has mithril.
It
probably has something better.
I was gonna say, it probably has adamantine.
Which would also get us some major fucking points with him, and might get us a better situation later on.
If Kilio just blurts that out, it's
I'm
going
sorry,
to
but
put a
Fira cannot
damper.
bring herself to do that.
Wait, Kilio, you want to mention it?
Kilio knows how hard Furia was trying not to say anything. And, like, yeah, she's used to blurting things out, but not when it's gonna hurt somebody else.
The question on the table is, do you mention it, Kilio Wolfwalker?
I don't think she does.
Okay. So yeah, he said, like, it could be anywhere between 3 and 100 platinum.
What do you think, Kilio?
Thinking about it logically, why does the earring of sending need to be part of the horn itself?
Because you requested it to be part of the horn.
I just figured it would be more secure there.
Possibly, but why risk the integrity of his horn for
The integrity of the
something
horn
he
is not in
carry?
question. The integrity of the earring, the crystal, it's rather delicate.
Then let's not put it in the horn.
Looking at Virga, do you still want an additional earring?
An additional earring would be useful. Unfortunately, I can't pay for it right now. Looks at
It's already been paid
Kilio, like...
for. What I'm saying is, if you don't want it, I can put this 40 platinum towards the mithril.
I'm sorry, out of character and confused.
You already bought the earring.
I've already given
But
him
if you
point for the
don't
earring.
want it, he's saying that's 40 platinum I can put towards finding mithril.
Gotcha. Indecisive halfling noises.
But Kilio's not being indecisive.
Hashtag yeah.
Valid.
Kilio just outright said, don't need it. Don't need it in the horn. We have 4. We
Alright.
shouldn't be being split up more than that.
Towards the mithril, then.
I can't promise this will be enough, but I could put it to that use, hopefully.
Down payment, at least.
A down payment, at least. You're not going to draw steel if you come back and I say that I need more money, right?
Of course not.
You say, of course not. I'm familiar with your kin.
Hey, but you gave us a... You quoted us a range, and so long as it's not outside that...
It might be, but if it is, I'm not going to bother. Unless, of course, one of you knows of a stash of mithril. Outside of Gauntlgrim, of course.
genuinely perplexed shrug.
Make a deception check, Vega. What do you have? What do you have a sheet?
Observe, and the answer is no.
Probably. He does not. That's unfortunate.
It'd be what, insight?
Yeah.
I feel like his insight's above average.
Yeah. I think
He's a businessman.
He is a businessman. I don't have Artificer, so I'm gonna use Mage for him.
Okay.
I think that's reasonable. Let's see.
Mage with minor modification to
Yeah.
stat. Unwritten modification.
Yeah, yeah, valid.
That is to better preserve the mage sheet
Okay.
for future use.
So with said modifications, he tied with you, and I'm not sure who wins on deception.
On a charisma contest.
Yeah, who wins?
Because I think after that it goes through your stats.
Who has the higher modifier?
Well, Thwip has a +2.
On deception, 0.
Okay, so Thwip wins then. So you shrug and Thwip like pauses. Now is not the time to be tight-lipped, little father. If you know something...
Afraid you don't get to decide that.
That's certainly fair enough, but... Well, there's no sense in it sitting in a vault somewhere. If it can be used, it should be used.
I hate to, but I gotta agree.
Looking to Firga. In the end, it is her call.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kilio's not going to overstep in that way.
But not just yet.
As you like. I'll do what I can. There may be a bill waiting for you when you get back, and try not to die. I might not like your means, but you're more capable than most adventurers, so put it to good use.
Hey.
Now have your supplies when you return, at the very least. Can I do anything else for you?
One last thing, Flip. You're probably gonna have to spell it out for him. I don't think he's caught on.
Who?
Don.
I think I can do that. And I appreciate the mention. Oh, speaking of which, do you intend to take the Fire's End at any point? I can offer you a refund.
Our intentions of detonating the tunnels didn't happen. However, I would like a supply I can use for personal use, not explosives by any means, but
Certainly, I can reduce your order from however many to a single keg. That should keep you fit for quite some time if you're using it as a fire starter.
Kilio nods.
With the money from that, might I put it towards obtaining the Mithro?
How much money was the 10 kegs?
A good bit.
I
don't mind that.
I think it was several tens of platinum.
I'm not missing that money, so...
That will also allow me to obtain the enchanting reagents in such a time as the incantations may fail, and it's good to have extra reagents on hand.
I feel terrible y'all are dropping so much money on shit for me.
On
To that end,
another thing,
he holds up a finger, reaches onto the wall, pulls down a lever, and one pony keg rolls down. There you
Nice.
are.
thank you. One more thing.
Hmm?
I do plan to keep my word, but not at this current time, to repay you for the ordinances. At this current time, we haven't used them yet.
Is that not what you just got a refund on?
No, not those ordinances. The other ordinances.
What
I'm
are
assuming he's talking about the
Torpor
sphere
bombs.
things.
The torpor bombs.
Oh, I completely forgot about those. Thwip nods. My books are balanced. You don't owe me anything at the moment. Though, if you're interested, there is something you can do for me. Been to the North Road yet?
She shakes her head.
Recently, within the last half year.
Not recently. Well, within the last half year.
You don't
would
usually
Kilio
come
have
up
been?
this way.
No, she doesn't.
Fugger probably hasn't been either.
No, typically I give my message along to the next messenger. If it's going that way.
Well, it's in the direction you're going. Supposedly, if you take the 10 trail a few miles that way, there's a blockage. And I can't exactly go and see it for myself.
A blockage.
He nods. Magical in nature.
What sort of what sort of blockage?
Haven't the faintest idea. That's
That was
part of the
actually.
concern.
I should mention this to you.
Hmm?
Because you know more about down there than we do. Virga, didn't you lash and. Wait, no.
No,
Nah, I was with you.
it wasn't Virga.
No. Didn't.
But I see where you're going. Apparently
No,
there's...
Kilio saw it. Kilio did see it.
Yeah, Kilio saw it.
Yeah. I forgot. Kilio saw it the first time around. There's a barrier in the Underdark. Cold.
Thwip immediately perks up, and he says, "Prismatic white, ambient temperature lower than average."
She pauses a moment to decipher what the fuck he just said, and then nods.
Yeah, that's apparently what's blocking the 10 trail. To hear the refugees say it, anyway.
Oh, bloody hell.
So it's crossing. What do you call the Underdark? Another plane?
Calling the Underdark a plane unto itself is a bit of a misnomer. It's a collection of never mind.
Blink, blink.
But it's crossing between the two.
Unless it's a different barrier. Yes.
Alright. How far along the 10 trails is it? Do you happen to know?
5 miles or so to the north? I want you to know, and I'm looking at Vader when I say this, it took all of my willpower not to say moms right there.
Uh-huh.
What?
What?
Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 14, yeah. It's ilms, yalms, moms, and I don't remember the other one. Instead of inches, yards, and miles.
Gotcha.
Ohms for feet, I think it is.
Thank you.
We didn't.
It makes about as much sense as a furlong.
Right? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we
Go ahead.
didn't stick around long enough to find a way through that barrier.
Though by the sound of it, we might have to if we want to get to Brynchender.
I wouldn't know. But if you do find such a barrier, I would appreciate its removal.
We will make an attempt.
And if you manage to pass through without removing the barrier, providing there's anything left, I imagine the desolation is significant. I have a few orders. Would you mind?
To and from.
A delivery?
Not for you to deliver, but to check on the state of the delivery.
Ah.
Oh dear.
You should reach Goodmead first. That's the next one along the trail. You can imagine what they're known for. I'm due for some.
That are whiskey, I'm assuming.
Quite. As well as Tourmaline. It's a mining town. Gems, specifically. Gems suited for containing spells.
So, wait, we're checking on an order that you have made.
Checking to make sure the towns are still functioning. Removing
Gotcha.
the barrier so that trade can resume if possible. And if not, seeing if there's an alternate means of obtaining my supplies.
Out of character real quick, tourmalines are the pink
No.
and green ones, right?
Not tourmaline, tourmaline. I'll spell it for you.
Tourmaline.
Termalaine. Tourmaline.
There is a chance that the barrier won't go down unless we take out the source of its... whatever
Then by
it is.
all means do so.
What if it's...
What if it's, what? Too much for the likes of you? Then I'd say I bet on the wrong horse, now didn't I?
I was going to say divine in nature, but... I think we can handle it.
At the moment, we might be the only horse to bet on.
If that's all your business with me, I suggest you get moving. I've got work to do. Mithril to track down, orders to make.
Alright.
I think she nods and looks to Firga.
You taking the pony keg?
Can we fit this in your bag? I don't know if we can.
Hey, I think so. Opens backpack.
Tries to stuff it. It tries to pick it up and stuff it in.
Add an 8-pound keg of fire sand to your bag of holding, Firka.
Cool. Alright. You haven't used any corals or arrows or whichever you used yet, have you? Never hurts to have more. As she's walking to the door.
I think I'm sorted for the moment.
Oh yeah, I need to give you your stuff.
I used a number of arrows. I need to see if Dawn got any. If not,
Alright.
I need to go to the shop myself.
So if you're heading out, then I think the 6 of you can meet up while you're breaking camp.
Okay.
And can you guys talk amongst yourself for a bit if I run to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Didn't you want to tell Firga about some heavy crossbow?
Me?
No, Gamzee.
Okay.
The
then,
Dawn.
Then BRB.
Because you got them to show something fit for Clan Roche, and they pulled out a heavy crossbow. But Firga's the only one that knows how to use a heavy crossbow, I think.
Yeah, but she's got a firstborn crossbow.
Ah. So what
Collapsible.
order do we get to camp? I feel like Runyak's first. Getting the farrier tools is no issue.
That means that Dawn is also
There.
there.
I think. Where would Lash be? Sibs?
Hang on.
Either Sibs isn't here or her. Oh, there she goes.
Yep, there she goes.
Just internet.
Welcome back, Sibs.
I've been here this entire time, just incredibly tired. I've been listening. But yeah, Lash probably went back to camp. There isn't really much for Lash to do in town anymore.
Okay.
So then I imagine it would have been Lash got there, Runyak and Dawn showed up not too far after. Probably Irithir next, and then you two.
Probably.
Probably. And I think before we move on to camp, like break camp, Killer's gonna go through her bag, make sure everything's sorted. I've been meaning to do this, and I'm sorry for for not doing this, Vader.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Irithir.
Stirs, looks over. Yes, Wolfwalker.
This ring's been in my bag, and I can't figure out what it does. Maybe I'll make more use of it than I will. She passes them.
Are you implying you had a magic item in your bag this whole time and you didn't think to... Never mind.
We have had more important things to think about.
Hey, it's kind of easy to get loose track of all your stuff.
I have to wait for the DM to get back before I make rolls.
How'd it go with
Out of character, I know it's a ring of spell storing. I don't know what level of spell storing is. Or anything like that.
That's
Kit
something.
said 3.
Yeah, I think so.
So it could be 1 3, 3 1s, or a 1 and a 2.
Correct.
Yep. Lash probably asks Irithir, just for the sake of it, how to go with the mayor.
About as well as can be expected. I got a reward.
Excellent.
Does anyone want to take all this silver off my hands, by the way? Because it's weighing me down.
I can toss it.
How
in
much
my
silver do you have on you?
1,000.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, let
Jeez.
Bearder take it. Jesus.
1,000 silver, okay.
I was gonna say you could give it to Firga, or honestly, we should have one person just track funds.
I'd volunteer, but my math is terrible.
Kilio has like 228 platinum left.
How would you have that much platinum?
I have a lot of fucking platinum. I got like 5,000 gold
Kitter. I
from
have a
the
kitter.
frost spider thread.
Hello, Kitter Cat.
Kitter.
Kitter.
What is
Kit.
Kitter Cat's name?
Tasha.
Hello, Tasha.
Yeah.
How is Tasha?
Her name is Tasha, but she's a butthole and will only respond to kitty cat. Ain't that right, dummy?
What I miss?
Yeah.
You missed Tasha, Peter.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to do this. I finally handed off the spell storing ring to Irithir.
Oh, good.
And now we found out it's cursed.
And now Irithir wants to make some rolls, I guess.
Yeah, there wants to make some
I
rolls.
guess just to... Well, Kilio said she didn't know what it was, so...
Okay. Yeah, if you wanna make a what did we call it?
Appraiser's
Tool check. You are welcome to do so
I
with
need-
your int.
Okay.
I still need to add that. Hold on.
I almost forgot I had that.
Oh yeah. This is a ring of spell storing 3. It can hold 3 spell levels of spells. Of any type, arcane or divine.
Ah, to hold.
So it can hold 3 1s, a 2 and a 1, or a 3.
Nice.
If it can hold divine spells, we might want to put a strong cure wounds in there, or a few of them.
It wouldn't benefit from Dawn's life cleric powers.
Yeah.
Or would it not?
No.
No.
Yeah, because he's the one casting it.
No, he's putting a spell slot in it.
Oh,
order-
I thought spell storing
You
took
cast
the
the spell
attributes.
into it.
Yes, but you
Yeah.
don't apply your class abilities to it. Like if an evoker puts a fireball in a ring, you can't sculpt the spell.
Unless you have an ability that lets you sculpt an incoming or outgoing ability
Correct.
separate from actually.
Correct.
Okay.
Like, you put a divination spell in there, and Arether could recur his spell slots, but...
Correct. Also, you have to be attuned to it to put a spell in it. So you'd have to give it to Dawn, Dawn would attune to it, put a spell in it, and then give it to you.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Speaking
If
of
it-
which, there is currently a 3rd level spell in it.
Which is?
Cool.
Yeah, it's heat metal at 3rd level.
Huh.
Oh
The
god.
rudest thing I've ever heard of.
Oh, that is awful.
That's the rudest thing
That
I've
is
ever heard of.
extremely rude and extremely clever.
That
Let's
spell
use-
storing ring is just a welding torch.
Let's save it and use it on the Jarl.
I mean, not wrong.
It's just a welding torch. This is the firstborn welding torch.
You didn't get it from the fucking firstborn.
That was from the firstborn.
No, you got it from the moot.
No,
No,
that
we
ring
got it from
was
Dwarf.
from.
It's from Dwok. Oh, I need to update my notes then. My mistake. That's not a 3rd level heat metal then.
Okay.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's it's shocking grass. No, shocking grass is a cantrip. There's not a mid-level lightning spell. It just goes straight to lightning bolt, right?
There's Thunder Wave.
There's
Thunderwave,
also
Thunderwave is not lightning. It's sonic.
Witch Bolt is
Witch bolt.
in there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a 1st level witch bolt, and
Witch Bolt's a 2nd level spell, I think.
oh, is it? Okay. Then
Pulling it up.
No,
That-
Witch Bolt's 1st level.
I thought it was, but
Okay.
yeah, it's base level witch bolt. And then it also has, cause since this is firstborn, it also has command and healing word currently.
Neat.
Hmm.
Let me...
For some reason, my note said you got that from the moot. That's my bad.
Well, we did
mean,
get it from the
technically-
moot. Technically, yeah.
Because technically, yes, that's where
Dwok got it from the
gave
firstborn
rim.
facility, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
so-
Dwok gave it to Kelio at the moot.
So
Well,
so
What gave me their bag?
so witch bolt, command, and healing word.
I'm just copying that into my notes. Meanwhile, there's some things Arether wanted to do too.
Okay, what's up?
So now that there's a quiet moment,
Mm-hmm.
he's probably going to turn his attention back to Vonendad. I know we established that I don't have much information on it, but I actually have a trait that will help with that.
Okay, I'm listening.
You have piqued
I
global
have linked it.
curiosity.
From my sage background.
Okay.
Researcher, when you attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if you do not know that information, you often know where and from whom you can obtain it.
Okay.
Usually this information comes from a library, scriptorium, university, or a sage of other learned person or creature.
Make a history check with disadvantage, because Vonendad is hard to find.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me make sure I'm getting my information correct first. Did I tell you where Vonandad, like where that's from?
You just said it sounds like an ancient word.
No. What was the context that you learned Vonandad?
I did a reading and I figured out that's what Tribor is under threat from.
Tribor, thank you, that's what I needed.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that I get this right. Okay. So you want to find information on Vonandad.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So with that check, you can ask me one question, but on top of that, your researcher background allows you to find out where to get information on it. Neverwinter, Waterdeep, Gauntlgram, probably. The High Ice, all of these. What's the capital of the High Ice? It's not Rendlesigatil. It's
Cornician.
You'd be able to get it there. The thing about the researcher feature is it tells you that you know where to get it, not somewhere convenient.
Uh-huh.
You could get it definitely in Neverwinter, Waterdeep, or the capital of the High Ice for sure.
That's what I thought, and I had a plan concerning that.
Okay.
Oh god, I don't remember my exact wording anymore. But I was gonna cast Sending.
Okay.
Targeting Kellinor Rumive, who is currently on his way to Waterdeep.
Yes, your footman.
Yep.
Your apprentice, your protege.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way he's in Neverwinter by now. It's only been like 4 days.
Still.
Been 4 days since we left the moot.
Yeah, it has not been long.
Really?
I can send him instructions for when he reaches Neverwinter or Waterdeep.
That's true, you can. Somewhere between 4 and 6 days. Yeah, it has not been that long.
Damn.
I have to assume it's more like 6.
We made double time.
We also do not know how long.
Crit like 3 times.
I did. Also, we have no idea how long we were in the vault.
Valid.
We have no idea how time flows there.
But yeah, it hasn't been that long since you left the moot at all. It's been less than 10 days for sure.
Oh man.
So you want to send a message? What's his name again? I apologize.
Kellinor Rumive.
Right, because I was getting confused with Kellamvor.
Uh-huh.
So you're gonna cast Sending for Kellinor. What do you say?
So something along the lines of search for information in Neverwinter and Waterdeep about the word Vonandad.
Okay.
Report back to me.
So you get a response almost immediately because he's probably used to this. He says, the message you get back is, it will be done. Our travel is slow, but we are in good health.
Sounds good. If we have some more downtime, I think I'm gonna attune to this lantern of tracking that Danica gave me.
Okay. So, does anybody else have anything they want to do while you guys are breaking camp? I assume you're still planning to break camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to address some things.
Sure.
I think, like, while he's helping break stuff down, Dawn stops, grabs his bag. Helio.
I think Kilio at this point is just lamenting over the burned stew or whatever it was that was poured out. Just over to the side by the puddle.
I don't believe it got burned. I believe Runyak finished it and set it aside.
No, it got burned because there was smoke over top it and the people stopped it from burning.
Ah, you're right.
And then I switched it over to be a stew.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, there's like just a black mess over to the side.
Oh no, it got buried for sure.
No, probably, but not neatly.
A mound of fresh snow and burnt meat.
This was at least a day ago, people. So.
No, that's fair.
Anyway, so Dawn called for Helio.
Hmm.
I have arrows for you.
Well, thank you. I used some while we were down there. No chance to recover them.
I saw. They were good shots.
Yeah.
Strike true, right?
Strike true, and 3, and 4.
Another thing. Virga.
Hey.
There was a crossbow being sold by the one who I bought the arrows from.
Oi.
It was multi-shot.
Multi-shot. What, like 2 at once?
I think that's what it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It was 2 barrels stacked on top of each other. 2 strings.
Hey, I'll take a look at that.
Additionally, I have another thought that I wish to present to the group as a whole. Thus far, we have been a semi-closed group, merely traveling and fighting together. I believe it's time we begin something of a cultural exchange. Not immediately, there are more pressing matters. But a group that knows one another fights better together. Thus far, we are merely known, not well known. Common is not my first language, if this is difficult to understand.
I think I follow.
I think Dawn says, like,
We are strong on our own. Strong in our own right.
do any of you understand Tor? I doubt it, but
I don't, but
Yeah, but I'd like to learn.
I've studied the language.
he looks at Irithir and says something in Tor that follows the lines of, we know each other, but we aren't friends.
Yeah.
We don't have an appreciation and desire to protect one another. And I think that should change to improve our effectiveness.
I think Arithir just kind of makes eye contact and nods. And, let's see. In Tor, he probably just responds,
This is the way.
God damn it.
something along those lines, at
Yeah.
least.
Totally.
If you could convey that for me, I would appreciate it. The words in common escape me.
Yeah, so, you mean to say... with knowledge of each other, as comrades instead of just allies, we will work more effectively.
Yes. In such a vein, I wish to teach all of you Tor, a language.
Willing to learn.
Nods.
Nods.
I would like to learn what all of you have to offer as well. If
I know
you are so willing.
quite a few languages. And honestly, if we ever have to work in secret, I think your language is least known.
Hey,
I have been told we are considered a myth.
Not a myth. A
a
legend.
legend.
Kilio and Fear could take inspiration.
Nice.
Who doesn't have inspiration? Because I gotta pass one along.
I don't.
I'm racking these up a lot lately.
You're playing Kilio really well. You get it for. Ugh.
You get it for being good at doing your character, dingus.
Yeah.
I feel
Kilio a lot.
I feel bad like saying this, but I hope you won't take it poorly. Kilio, you do Kilio better than you seem to do Pierce.
I agree completely. Because
Pierce is a great character.
At the beginning of Valm, I said Kilio is confident. You have to bring that, and like Kilio is much more confident than Pierce.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So who doesn't have inspiration?
I don't think Dawn does. I don't think Irithir does.
I've got it.
Oh.
Yes, because Irithir needs inspiration with portents.
Hey, I have seen Vader roll more than 2 nat ones in a row, so...
I'm just saying, Irithir is walking around over there like Bethesda releasing new ways to play Skyrim.
So I think I'll give it to you, Dawn.
Knuckle steers me.
Nuffle fears you. Yeah. Women want you, Nuffle fears you. Anyway.
God damn it,
I have absolutely rolled 2 nat ones in a row with halfling luck.
Your lawyer has asked you not to discuss your relationship with Nuffle. Anyway.
Nuffle fears Irithir and Dick's brick.
It is storming, so I can lose power at literally any time. Just a heads up. Anyway, what do you guys want to do? That was good, though, Dawn. That was good. Definitely something that we can move forward with.
Mm-hmm.
Before we break camp, do you think we could try to like learn bits and pieces of Tor? I think that'd be cool.
I think that's reasonable. Everybody who wants to can start a track. Just start marking numbers and go ahead and put 1 point towards learning Tor.
Okay.
And at some point, I'll be like, hey, how many points do you have towards learning Tor? And then, ta-da.
Cool.
Aerother already has the language, so...
Right.
Then we can learn it faster.
I mean, you could use that time to, like, contact your footman.
Yeah,
It works
and
And do other things.
attune to the lantern of tracking.
Yep. So, what's...
Fierga will teach... What?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Fierga will teach Dwarvish if anyone wants it.
Dwarvish is very useful.
I
Dwarvish is
have
useful
Dwarven.
for a lot of things.
Considering where we're going, Runyak's willing to teach Red Hedgic.
That is also
Actually,
very
yeah.
good.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Something else to consider, Fierga, you could teach them written Dwarvish. Like,
Yeah,
Yes, it
written
can.
Dwarvish would be
4
so
or
much better.
5
I know-
languages uses Dwarvish runes.
I suppose I should teach them how to speak it before reading it, but...
I know speaking it, but reading it is important.
Isn't learning how to read a language make it easier
Yes. I was about to say, I can read, granted I have to read it in Romanji, but I can read Japanese better than I can speak it.
So should I start a tracker for Rehegic too?
Yeah, if you guys want.
Yeah.
Might as well start a tracker for Elvish too. Aether can teach that.
Are you willing to?
That's a
Totally,
good question.
like whatever you guys want to do. Like, we'll assume you're taking a short rest, so you can do that, and then you guys can
spell Rehegic.
Rehegic.
Here, I'll link it in the chat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Put it in roll 20.
Yeah, put it in roll 20.
Oh shit, I'm.
It's
whispering.
fine.
Hang on.
Romeo, Echo, Gamma, Hotel, Echo.
Wait. Romeo, Echo, Gamma, Romeo,
No, Hotel.
Hotel,
Echo,
Echo.
Delta, Juliet, India, Charlie.
Rehegic.
So,
So one on both of those.
yeah, you can put one on Rehegic, one on Written Dwarvish, one on Tor. Are you doing Elvish?
I could teach Giant.
I actually was about to say I just had a mental image. Someone says a word in common, says the word in their language, and everyone
Yeah,
goes around
absolutely.
with their word for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like hello, Elvish, Elvish, etc. equivalents.
I could teach Giant if people want it. We could probably want that.
Mm-hmm.
If we're fighting giants, yeah.
Okay.
A warning everyone immediately gets.
That's spoken
Tor-
giant, not written giant, by the way.
I know
Right.
spoken Giant.
Tor words have a lot of meaning, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah, all you have to do is say Mandarin Chinese. It's a tonal language.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So, after your short rest, what is the plan?
Kick ass.
Thanks.
Take
Are we-
names.
Are we packing up and leaving?
I think so.
Yeah.
You don't want to be.
How many arrows did you get, by the way, Don?
One moment.
Did anyone tell Aether about the bearer being up top as well?
Nope.
I was actually about to mention it before we start moving.
Oh, 20.
Okay,
Excuse me
that
one second.
actually works out a little bit.
Virgo,
What?
were you going to get that crossbow?
I forgot to check on that. So, yeah, what's up with this crossbow? You said it's got a double barrel.
It's in town, and you have to go through the town to go north anyway, so...
Right. So, yeah, I'll stop by on the way.
Okay. You want to stop by on the way. It's in the market, which is by the quarry, which is along the main road, which is on the way to the north gate. And yeah, the crossbow in question, it's a heavy crossbow. It is, it's got two barrels stacked on top of each other. You have to basically, like, pull the string back and then slide an arrow or quarrel down the lower shaft to get them both loaded. It has a double trigger. You can fire them both at once, or you can fire the top one independently, but if you fire the bottom one, it will fire the top one.
Okay.
Its name is Evelyn.
Evelyn, nice.
Yeah.
How much is this thing?
500 gold. Sorry. 540 gold.
I can't actually afford that.
Helio
I'll
can.
spot you. I'll spot you.
Are you sure?
84 plat, let's go.
Because I already have a first
Yeah,
one crossbow.
I feel like you start counting coins at the thing, and Kilio just like walks up, puts the platinum on the table. We're in a bit of a rush.
It comes with 20 corals, and it is a masterwork weapon.
Nice.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So
Would you mind-
Armard-
Would you mind giving me the details for that again a little later?
It's a heavy crossbow with a loading property, but you can fire it twice.
Okay.
It's an action. Sorry. It's a bonus action to reload the lower barrel, whereas the upper barrel is just part of your attack. You can reload them both on a bonus action, but you have to specifically take a bonus action to reload the lower barrel.
Sorry, misclick. Ignore this.
Okay? It's called Evelyn.
Yeah.
So, you guys want to head to the north gate?
Yep.
Probably best.
Yeah.
And as we start to leave, I'm gonna look to Irithyr.
Okay.
Like- So, the gnome gave me a bit of information about the route ahead.
Folks, Tequilio.
You know that barrier we saw down under?
His face goes into a frown at the mention of it.
There's another
Don't
one
tell
ahead.
me.
We either need to find a way around or break through it.
There might not be an around.
Are you saying this? Are you saying this loud enough for other people to hear?
As we're
Yeah.
like leaving the
Like-
city, I am.
When the group's alone, yeah.
Hey, Fox.
Yo.
Because I had to make this trek. Did I ever encounter any kind of barriers?
That is a very good question. Did you come this way? Or did you come by a different... Like, did you come down through the 10 trail? We know... We established you went to Bryn Shander, but did you go down through the 10 trail?
It would have been the easiest way for us to get down.
But you were also turned aside at Bryn Shander, that's why I'm asking.
Right.
You probably like the path is still the safest way.
Yeah.
Even just kind of how we went around Luskin, they could have gone around the different towns.
Fair.
Yeah.
Sort of. You didn't see anything. Orvar saw something.
Yeah, of course he did.
And he commented on it around Hundlestone. But you didn't see anything, and your scouts didn't see anything.
Okay.
You certainly were not obstructed by a barrier.
But Orvar mentioned there was something strange.
Orvar mentioned there was something strange in the air. His exact words were, "The air is strange."
Okay. Duly noted.
A fair question. Also, Firga, make sure you're rolling as your character.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna have to turn avatars off if you don't, do that.
Alright, I guess we're moving.
So the north gate is much less... Or no, it would be more guarded. But there's more camps on this side as well. But you're led out of the gate to a bunch of people. A bunch of people perk up when the north gate's open, and then they see somebody coming out, and they're like, "Oh, we can't go in." The people on this side are in more distress than the people on the south side. It's like the people on the south side are gearing up to travel further south, right?
Right.
The people on the north side are injured and sick, and they managed to get this far and they're resting.
We really do not have the resources to spare.
You really
here.
don't.
We don't.
It's nowhere near as bad as what happened at the Mood after the Dragon, but yeah, notably the quality of life on this side is lower.
Probably we watch the champions going, not on their steeds yet, but we hear people groaning, someone's probably talking to someone, trying to.
It's a lot quieter vibe on this side. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Mm.
But you guys move forward. If you could start going towards the north road, you get intermittent cries of "No, don't! There's only death that way," and "Please, saviors, fix our home."
I think once, she's not gonna do it to every cry,
Right.
but once she hears it a few times, she's gonna go. We'll carve a path in the snow.
Okay.
And not everyone's here, but the ones closer to her can probably hear her say that.
Right.
Meanwhile, Figure's just like, I we're working on it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Lash is probably in a very similar nods. We're working on it.
So, like, very quickly, you leave the tents behind you, and Kilio, I'm gonna need a check.
Find Steve. Whoop.
Okay.
I'm gonna need a survival check. Oh yeah. Okay. Are you looking to follow the 10 trail, Kilio Wolfwalker?
I am looking to follow the trail.
Okay, cool. So it does not take you long at all. Just like a couple of, like not even an hour, I would say. It's about 5 miles out of the town, excuse me. And with Kilio guiding you guys in her favorite terrain, like it doesn't take you long at all before you find a couple of things. You find. I'm trying to bring up my thingus real quick. Give me a second. Does anybody remember the name of the dwarf?
Very helpful. Which door?
The dwarf, thank you. The dwarf the retired adventurer from Hundlestone.
God, what was your name?
Let me see if I have her name.
The one that went and fought the Umberholt.
Yes.
Yeah, she was all old and stuff, and had unreasonably cryptic information.
No.
I forgot she was in town.
I say unreasonably cryptic as in it's a little weird she knows these things. Or
I do not
alludes
know
to
the
knowing
name.
these things.
I'm checking. Hang on.
I don't remember.
I can't find if I ever wrote it down.
She didn't have a lot of screen time.
No, she didn't. But she is important to Hundlestone. That's why I'm trying to find the name. Or no, she's not important to Hundlestone. She's important to. Sorry, that's why I'm confused.
Taking a look to see if I can find out who the fuck it was.
Lynn Trollbane?
Yeah, Lynn.
Yeah.
Yes.
There
That's
it
who we
is.
talked to.
Okay. Yes. Sorry. So yeah. So Kilio, you and the others are moving up the 10 trail, which in this part of the world, in this part of the dale, I should say, is a track carved between growing hills as you go. So the further you go, the more of a canyon you enter, but it's all rolling snow, right? And you hear them before you see them. You hear a Goliath like arguing with someone above the wind. And you guys come around a corner and you see this big white energy barrier that extends up into the sky, and standing on your side of it is Bragg from Clan Grawl and Lynn Trollbane, and they're like arguing with each other.
Oh boy.
Can I tell what they're saying, or
You can tell what Bragg is saying. And
He's a Goliath and he yells everything.
exactly, and Bragg is saying like, "And I told you, I don't care what this is. I'm going through it."
Bragg, be careful.
Like
That was
look,
a more masculine voice. I didn't mean to do that.
yeah, like they both like look over, and Bragg like holds up his hand. "Oh, little sister, I sent the others to fix the bridge. I was going to head up to Goodmead and get something to drink, and this dwarf stopped me." I stopped you for your own good.
That barrier will do impressive damage to even your kind.
Hey, it's not something you want to fuck with.
We gotta find a way through it regardless, guys.
That's why I'm here.
Let's try to
I
be
assumed you'd
smart
be
about it.
along momentarily after you dealt with the orcs.
That's long dealt with.
Aye. So, brought myself up here to wait.
I'm a bit surprised.
Do you have any ideas then?
I have one.
Right, do you have any ideas then?
Yeah. The dwarf said something about having an idea and she won't give it to me. Because you
Well,
are not going to save us all. They are.
Then what's your plan, Lynn?
I let you through, and you succeed where I failed.
you have a
You
way
create
through.
the barrier.
I think I have a way through the barrier.
What is it?
Not
This'll
something
be
I can
good.
take out in the town, that's for certain.
Quirk,
Interested
eyebrow,
dwarf
undercut.
noises.
If I show you,
What?
Mum's
You
the
have
was-
a
word.
way to break a barrier of divine level.
What'd you say?
She said, if I show you, Mum's the word.
Nods.
I let you in. It's the point of no return for all of you. You either save the Dale, or you die. You can't come back.
Bluntly, that's the entire world right now.
Not like this.
I think Kilio looks to the others. And specifically, her eyes land on Dawn.
You won't be able to come back to the barrier without one of these. And I've only the one. But I won't hear any questions about how I have it or why.
We in it now, boys. We in Rhyme of the Frostmaiden proper.
Right?
Oh boy. Well, this is your last chance to turn back. But Kilio ushers her wolves forward.
And if I do let you through, there's 3 things I need of you.
Hey.
Of course.
The first, you save the Dale.
That's not.
That one's a given.
Yeah.
second-
that
Hey,
was
that one's for free.
The second, you keep your peace.
What?
Don't talk about what I'm about to do.
Oh, okay.
Bragg, I
Sorry,
think
my
you should
internet
head
cut
back to
out.
the bridge.
Make a persuasion check, Kilio.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, internet cut out. I didn't hear what Lynn had to say. Someone can fill me in later, though.
You're fine.
Step 1, save the Dale. Step 2, keep your mouth shut.
So Bragg says, and who named you Primarch?
Whoever gave it or whatever is going to get us through this wall.
I'm going to Goodmead. And then I'm coming back and sharing a drink with my kid.
Are you deaf?
Do you,
There is no
is no
coming
back.
back.
do you intend to save the world with us if you go through there then?
I mean, sure. How hard could it be?
We're facing a frost giant army and a Jarl,
Good.
and perhaps a goddess.
Well, that's sure to get me in the stars, then. Besides, you need someone to record your exploits.
Hey, but if you come with us now, you can't go fix the bridge.
You mean I
Return
get
to-
out of manual labor? This just gets better and better.
Leo, can you speak for this one? How well can they hold their own?
He's one of my kin. He can hold his own.
As well as you?
I could throw you further than she can.
I think Dawn like does that quick neck crack. That like thing some people do as a joking challenge.
Third, I need you to fulfill a contract for me.
Oh boy.
There we go.
Hey, and what's that?
I'm sure I don't need to tell you. Dalians have a specific tenor to them. They're prone to superstition.
Aye.
There are towns that regularly make sacrifices to the Frost Maiden to ensure her kindness, quiet, and otherwise uninvolvement. Complete and total hogwash, if you ask me, but they do it. Recently, there's
They're giving
been...
her power then.
You might say so. Recently, there has been what I believe to be murders under the guise of these sacrifices. The sacrifices are a voluntary process, macabre though it may be. These murders less so.
You think someone is attempting to force these physical air quote sacrifices?
I believe someone has a hit list and is making it seem like sacrifices.
Alright. What information do you got?
I've only got one. A suspect. A man by the name of Civic Caltro.
Sorry, how do you spell that?
Civic Caltro. Sierra Echo, Papa, Hotel Echo Kilo,
Kilio.
Space, Kilo Alpha, Lima Tango Romeo Opera. Civic Caltro.
Civic Caltro. And what makes you think it's him?
Call it a hunch. You're to prove his innocence or his guilt, and if it's the latter, neutralize him. From no word from me, mind you. Caltro works for a small traveling merchant company called Torgs.
Torgs.
Aye? Owned and operated by a Torga ice vein. Don't get on her good side, and she doesn't have one.
And we shouldn't have to worry.
In other words, Civic gets around.
Sounds like you have a grudge.
Call it, clanswoman's intuition. Civic gets around, he's charming, makes friends easily. He's also Torga's bodyguard, so be prepared for a fight.
We're always prepared for a fight.
As you should be.
We've yet to lose.
His victims come from the 3 towns that sacrifice to the Frost Maiden, and they do so on the nights of the new moon, which, rather difficult to find at the moment, all the more suspicious.
Then let's get moving.
Which 3 towns?
Bryn Shander, East Haven, and Targos. As for your pay, stop the murders by any means necessary, and there's 100 gold pieces in it for you, each.
Alright.
Including Bragg if he comes along, right? She smiles to Bragg.
She did say each. Yes, yes, very well. I'll be here in Hundlestone when you finish. That is, when you're done with all of it, you come back to me with proof. You'll have your money.
Alright.
Now,
What constitutes as proof?
the murder's stopping. If that means bringing me Sevik's head, that's what it means. If the head of the actual murderer, or enough time elapses and there's no further murders.
Noted.
Sorry, out of character. What's this lady's name again?
This lady? Clyn
Clyn
Trollbane. Hotel Lima, India, Nevada, Trollbane.
We'll see it done.
Now, as for getting through the barrier, I'm taking a risk, showing you that I have this. She turns and
We will ask no questions.
digs out a little spot in the snow in front of the barrier. She pulls out a wooden rectangular box, about the type of thing that you would carry like a family heirloom in. It's a relatively plain hinged wooden box. I say relatively because she's a fucking dwarf, right? And she unlatches it and she opens it, and there's a silk cushion in the bottom of this box, and on the cushion there is a papercraft doll. Seems to be human in nature. It's featureless. It's got 2 arms, 2 legs, hair, a little dress, but it's wearing a pendant, and the pendant is almost as big as the torso of the doll. It's a little metal chain, and then the stone. And the stone is a teardrop-shaped, like, you're not sure if it's a pearl or a quartz crystal or a diamond, but it's faintly glowing, like, blue-white. Runyak and Irithyr can make history checks.
Okay.
Or religion checks if you think it's higher.
My guess.
Same.
I have a guess of what the name of it is.
Mine would be religious.
Yeah, so both of you rolled high enough. Irithyr, you rolled higher. You absolutely can tell this is, like, a frost magic focus. Probably divine in nature from the way that it's glowing. It is certainly magical. It is certainly an heirloom. The fact that it's on a papercraft doll leads you to believe that it is some kind of religious device of some description. Runyak, you've straight up seen these in Bryn Shander. That is a tier of the Frost Maiden.
God damn it, I was right about the name. I was literally typing it.
God.
I'm betting it's the name is Tear of the Frost Maiden.
Well,
Or Terror of the Frost Maiden, if it's about to do what I think it's about to do.
I can only imagine where you got that from.
What part of keeping your peace did you not understand?
We're good at not knowing things, right, guys?
Knowing what?
Say with confidence, I do not know and do not care what that is.
I have a feeling I don't want to.
So she turns to Irithyr and she holds the box out facing you.
Okay. What, you need me to do something?
Aye, if you're the one going through. I have no
Okay.
intention of going back through the barrier.
Repeat that real quick. She's holding the box out to me, or
Yeah, she's holding the box out to you for like, here you go.
I guess I'll take it.
You take the box, you take the doll.
The doll, I guess.
Okay. The doll is substantially colder than the actively snowing air around you.
Uh-huh.
And she takes it, she closes the box.
For a fucking snow elf to notice that, that's a cold bitch.
Yes, it is. Closes the box, latches it, tucks it under her arm, gives you a nod, and starts pushing past the snow, past you guys back towards Hundlestone.
Enjoy your ale.
Likewise.
Wait a minute.
Alright, so how does this thing work?
Some sort of focus.
You're sure you're coming with us, Bragg?
It's this or make a bridge. Yeah, I'm sure.
You like fighting better than building.
No, I like drinking better than building.
The condition for you coming is helping us save the world. We will have little time for drink.
You will have little time for drink. I can do
Then at
both.
least-
He'll certainly find his time.
Yup.
Then I hope you can keep up with my wolves.
God.
Oh no, I guess I'll have to wait for you in good mead. Whatever will I do? You're so much faster than me, little sister.
Just carry you.
He can do it.
Anyways, I guess we're not at the barrier yet, are we?
You like they were arguing up against the barrier.
Okay.
It's right there in front of you. Big, like it extends in every direction as far as you can see.
She didn't give instructions for how to use this.
Nope.
Just hold it up to the thing. It can't be that hard. It's got to be like a key or something.
The last time I tried magic without knowing the consequences, we got locked in a room.
Then use magic to tell what it does.
I mean, I could cast Identify, but
You could.
Furiga can if you don't wanna.
you have a pearl to use?
I think you have them all.
Yeah. I mean, I just need to cast it as a ritual. I don't even need to burn a spell slot.
Okay. You want to do it?
10 minutes for Bragg to start drinking.
You're right.
Sure, let's go ahead and burn a pearl.
So you start the casting of Identify, and Bragg goes, "Oh, we're not even at good mead yet."
You complain a lot.
And you smell funny.
I am a Tor.
Your mother.
Excuse. I am a Tor. What is your excuse?
I'm sober.
Then why do you already smell like pee?
Gotta keep warm somehow.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
So
Wouldn't
yeah.
that just make you hypothermic after it cools off?
So I better not let it cool off.
So that sounds like you better keep drinking.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, so you spend 10 minutes casting Identify on this. This is... If it didn't come from the Frost Maiden, this would be a much, much bigger deal. This is literally a drop of divine essence. You could use this as a spell catalyst for a lot of things, and they all come to mind immediately, Irithir. This would add the divine tag to any spell you cast, or any, like, enchantment or potion you make with it.
Okay.
Perhaps act as a spark.
Potentially. However, it is magically keyed, so to say, to the same frequency as the barrier in front of you.
Maybe that is just what you do with it.
I think Kilio, while waiting, is talking to brag about all the stuff they've done so far.
Right.
So, yeah, I think with that knowledge, what he does is he takes the doll and brings it up to the wall of the barrier.
Cool. Can you make a charisma saving throw, please?
Sure.
Oh, dear.
Lord Banner.
You don't need to bother. Even if you roll a 4, he's going to fail.
Got it.
So
Got it.
Alright, there. You will be missed.
you hold it up, and do you know the... Vader, have you played Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
You know the very specific sound when you unlock the map with the Sheikah Slate?
Yeah.
That, like, echoing drip noise?
Uh-huh.
You hear that very plainly. And then, like, in your ear, you hear a sultry woman's voice say, "You'll do."
Oh,
Oh
fuck.
no!
Oh, fuck. I was kidding. You will be missed.
But
Oh God.
to the rest of you, you see the barrier shimmer and expand outward, leaving a hole relatively big enough for Breaking Dawn to pass through. And the doll begins to disintegrate.
Off we go, bitches.
Let's move.
Move now.
Yes, let's
I-
go.
Yes.
Are you okay out there?
Had an interesting effect, but I don't seem to be outwardly harmed.
So
What effect?
who is going through the barrier and in what order?
Kilio's
I'm going
moving
through.
first. Actually, I don't know if Bragg beats her through.
Bragg will go with Kilio.
Okay.
Arether will go behind them.
You're going to go behind them.
You might want to stay to keep the barrier open.
Fair, actually, yeah. So I guess Arether will be the last one through.
Okay, so
Lash will,
so
Lash
it's
Here
will
go.
go.
Dawn, Kilio and Bragg, Lash, Firga, Runyak, and Irithir?
Yeah?
Lash was
Okay.
actually gonna hold back to keep near Irithir.
Who is immune to cold weather effects?
I am.
I
I
think
am.
I am. Hold on, I
I'm
gotta
not.
double check. Because I'm pretty sure I am.
If
I'm
you're
immune due to my armor.
if you're not, make a con save.
Con save. Con save.
My armor resists, but I'm not immune.
Still
Does
still make the save.
does this count?
Yes.
Okay.
No, that's resistance to cold. So you also need to make the save.
It was intended environmental cold, but you specifically said vulnerability to environmental heat.
Yes.
So I wrote that
If
down
you don't have
specifically.
immunity to cold, roll.
Okay, but I have resistance, so advantage.
Correct.
Okay. What roll did you say it was?
Con save.
And everyone gets the banner.
Oh,
Fuck.
yeah, Firga and Dawn are gonna need the banner.
Rolling it.
Oh, I don't need banner.
Okay. Firga, you're alright. Lash, you're alright. Dawn,
Mm-hmm.
you lose a point of constitution.
Oh wait, I still have the sword. I have the sword as well.
Right. So everybody's fine.
Okay. Cool.
Ah.
Phew!
Ooh.
It
That would
is
have been bad.
it is noticeably colder. When you pass through the barrier, all of you are like, oh, and like pull your cloaks up around you more. You move closer to Dawn's sword. The doll completely disintegrates and the barrier closes back. And when it closes back, it's like somebody closed the door on a freezer. So it's even colder.
Oh, goody.
The wind is harder
How is
and
visibility right now?
poor. And I was about to say, it seems to be darker on this side as well.
If that's the case, you might want Arether to wayfind. I don't have survival, but I do have the ability to see in
I'm
any
in my
amount of
favorite
snowfall.
terrain. I'm in my favorite terrain to have dark vision.
Yeah, but dark vision still gives you disadvantage. It
Yeah.
allows you to make the check.
Yeah.
Yes.
Snowfall of any density does not affect your vision.
Oh yeah, you need to be up front with Kilio.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
I suggest Irithira using the help action.
Yeah.
So, a thing about that. You guys go just a couple of feet on this side of the barrier. And you hear, as if from the ground itself, this incredibly loud, I can only describe it as like, do you know the sound that like a poorly maintained merry-go-round makes when the wind catches it?
Yes.
Like,
That's oddly specific.
like if I say the metallic grinding of a theme park that has not been used in 20 years. Do you know the sound that comes to mind? That like squeaking, like noise, right?
Like
That
more like a
squeaky groaning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grinding.
Imagine that combined with the shriek of a banshee. And it's
goody.
incredibly loud. It comes from everywhere. And who speaks Draconic?
I do.
I do.
You do.
I do.
Okay, anybody who speaks Draconic, you hear, "I will freeze the marrow in your bones, witch. This is my kingdom."
Oh, goody.
There's a
Hey guys, I think we found Icewind.
there's a turf war going on.
There's a turf war going on, yes.
I think we may have found an ally. Maybe.
We're in a war
Oh,
zone.
oh, no.
Stay on your
Oh,
toes.
no.
On the other hand, what does Runyak have?
I'd Runyak.
So what do you guys want to do?
I'd Runyak. I'm kidding, mostly.
Hide the. I know the cloak is giving you.
The cloak is giving me resistance to the cold weather.
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
immunity to the cold weather, so
That's
I'm
why
not taking
saying,
this shit off.
That's why I'm saying we hide him. Put him in the back up to his head. It'll be fine.
How do we hide something like that?
You don't wear the cloak.
Non-detection.
Non-detection does
Invisibility.
not help with looking
Oh,
with your
yeah.
eyes, Bert.
Yeah, that's fine.
What do you guys want to do? You're standing
Ernie.
in like a small copse of trees between two snowy hills on the near side of the barrier.
Any idea where that shout came from, or is it just
Yes.
everywhere?
Icewind Dale. Like, it was literally somebody on a loudspeaker shouting, like, "Stay in your homes" across a city.
Yeah.
The entire Dale is his lair.
Her lair, but
Here,
yes.
there. I need your eyes up front.
Of course. And he'll go and help Kilio wayfind.
Okay.
And we're going along the 10 trail, I guess.
So,
Uh.
just so that we're all clear, we heard that, right?
I
Aye.
Yes,
Aye.
we heard that.
Was it words?
Yes,
What did
it
it
was
say?
draconic.
I will freeze the marrow from your bones, witch. This is my territory. There you go,
We're in a-
verbatim.
We're in a dragon's home now.
That's,
we're gonna have to learn Draconic while we're at it, aren't we?
that's great and all, but, and it, like, takes a deep breath. This is Clan Crawl's territory!
And let's-
His voice is pitiful compared to whatever the fuck you just heard.
Yeah.
Then let's make sure there's a territory left to fight over.
You understand what was meant by save the world, no time for drinks?
There's always time for drinks.
Get them to go.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Then let's go.
I only need one hand for an axe.
You might want 2 axes.
You have no shield.
He is the shield.
Yeah, I am the
I thought
shield.
one was the shield.
Then let's move.
I just had a fucking terrible idea.
So, Irithyr, make a perception check.
Okay.
You have disadvantage because it's dark, but not because of the snow. Okay. Kelio,
Yes.
you can make a normal survival check.
I'm gonna use my
Irithyr-
inspiration to give myself advantage.
Okay.
Seems like a good idea.
Okay. So, you guys push your way through the trees. You feel the ground rising up under your feet a little bit. You're traveling through featureless, snow-blasted wastes for maybe 20 minutes. And then Irithyr stops you suddenly as you're about to step into nothingness. There's a steep hill in front of you. It's not quite a cliff, but it's damn close. And you can see a long stretch of alpine forest below you. And in the distance, you can see very faintly lights of various settlements through the darkness. However, that is immediately taken from your attention as passing over the center of the dale, blotting out the stars in a V formation behind her, you see what can only be described as a larger-than-life frost giant on a great snowy owl carrying a staff and holding it above her head, using the staff to create the snow around her, being chased by the biggest fucking white dragon you have ever seen.
Oh shit!
I'm sorry, can we all see this? Sorry,
Yes!
my internet
Yes!
fucked out.
You can all see
Jeez.
this because they're glowing deifically.
Well, we found the witch.
Sweet chain breaker.
And
There's
I
a t-
dare say that's going to be the last shot of the episode. I know it's a little early, but
Oh, come on.
But Fox! I'm kidding.
I'm not,
5
but
more
fuck.
minutes. I don't want to go to school.
and now I can finally say, welcome to Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. We in it now.
I guess
We
we got
made
a
it.
boss- I guess
We did it
got
only
a boss
25
fight.
episodes later.
As all too many challenge runners say about games, here's where the real game begins.
And now the real fight begins, yes. Shall we do some shoutouts?
So about that ale brag.
right? Nightfall, start us off.
Okay. I am Nightfall the Kitsune. I do admin stuff and things around the channel. If you need me, I'm always in the Discord, so give me a poke.
Cookie, give us a shout out, please.
Hey, what up? I'm Cookie, also known as the Extinct Bacon on just about every other platform. I love a lot of things D&D and tabletop, and if you do too, my DMs are always open. Otherwise, you'll find me lurking in the streams or in the shrine.
Guy Gamzelis, the Bard of Heroes, give us a shout out, please.
Gentlemen, I am Guy Gamzelis, the bard of heroes, the teller of tales that need be told. And if ever you need me, you can always find me in the Discord, in DMs, or on Twitter at the Homestuck-Homie. And until next we meet, have a fantastic rest of your night.
Sibs, give us a shout out, please.
Hi there, my name is Sibs143. I am in no particular order a artist, stagehand, and moderator for Kids Discord and Twitch. Though to everyone else, I am a friend, an artist, the drifter, and the Technicolor Disaster. You can find me lurking in either Discord or Twitch, but if you ever need to talk more privately, feel free to shoot me a DM. Have a great night, everyone.
Vader, give us a shout out, please.
Hello, everyone. I am the Journeyman Vader. I am a moderator on Kit's Discord and Twitch, and a streamer on Twitch myself. You can find me over in Kit's Discord, on Twitch at twitch.tv/JourneymanVader, or on Twitter at VaderSidious.
Gracie, finish us out if you would.
Hey, I'm Birchmila, aka Gracie. I do art and things for Kids channel, and I also love tabletops. So if you like either of those things, give me a poke.
For my part, as ever, I am the Sharp-Eyed Kitsune, the teller of tales and the weaver of mysteries, the masked bard. This is the channel that is devoted to lore and storytelling, world building, role playing, and discussions of those things. So if that's to your fancy, you're in excellent company here, and I do hope that you enjoy your time with us. I stream every single day that my health permits me to do so, and we're rolling with advantage in 2021 and beyond, which is 2 chances to get to given stream. I won't be back until Saturday, but in that time we'll have more Final Fantasy XV's reshoot in the afternoon as we collect the various royal arms. And upgrade our powers throughout the course of the game. And then we'll see where the evening takes us. But if you want more tabletop goodness, I'll be back on Sunday with the return of Tales of the Nightlights, a D&D 5-point Fox Edition series of short stories between 2 full-length campaigns. We recently finished Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and we're moving into Tyranny of Dragons with my own spin on things. Stop by if you like tabletop role-playing games, or if you don't know if you like tabletop role-playing games, we'd love to have you. For now, I need to get out of here, but as always, it's time to close the book on today and leave you with these parting words. From myself, my keepers, and those joining me on the stage this evening, to all of you, the regulars, the followers, the newcomers, and the lurkers. Whether you're just having a seat by the fire, you've got a running tab at the bar, remember, there's always more stories to tell. And hopefully, I'll see you all next time as we heed the call of the voices of the mountain with a new chapter. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hope to see you again soon.